Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. There you see the Oaks Golf Course next door to the half mile in Delaware, Ontario. From our drone shot, what a fantastic shot. Another one looking in, coming in off of the turn one right now, as we are set for some great racing here tonight. Good evening, Chris Soares, Kate Friel back with you on the top of the tower. Let's check in right away with the third member of our team tonight, Jeremy McGrady. Good evening, Jeremy.
Good evening, Chris. And yes, it's going to be another great night of racing here at Delaware Speedway with the Bone Stocks, the Super Stocks, and Pro Late models. The story of tonight is going to be Ryan Dyson, the driver of the 28. Normally in the Super Stocks, he's going to be driving his car, but also in the 14 and the Pro Late model, so doing double the heat races and double the feature races. That's going to be a key to look out to. And also a change in the Bone Stock division as well, a new leader. With more on that and the rest of tonight's action, I'll send it back up to you guys, Chris and Kate, for more.
All right, thank you very much, Jeremy. Glad to have you on board for another evening of racing here from the half mile. Jeremy going to be talking to some drivers for us this evening as well, and keeping us up to date as the night progresses, which you did a fantastic job with last week. Quick thoughts on a fantastic card it should be tonight.
Yeah, it should be a great night of racing here at Delaware, and we've got Bone Stocks, we've got late models, we've also got the Super Stocks back, so it'll be a very interesting night of racing.
All right, and speaking of the Bone Stocks, those are the standings we're going to lead off with you tonight. A change at the top of the board last week. Colin Williams had taken over the points lead by 4 over Matt Langford. Charlie Verhoeven still there in third. Clark and Fothergill rounding out the top 5. Should be a good Bone Stock feature tonight. Let's move to the Super Stocks, where right now the story has been and will be, unless he has something to say about it, is the one of Trevor Culver, up by a comfortable 20 points right now on Carson Nagy and Nick Ramsey, Rick Wood, and Hudson Nagy, your top 5. And let's go to our late models. The points leader, Jake Sheridan, taking a little bit of a hit last week. How much? Well, he's only up by 1 now on Ray Morneau, who passed Marshall Schrank. Jesse Kennedy passed Marshall Schrank last week as well in the points. Tight battle there. Top 4 separated by just 4 points. Should be some great battles tonight, Kate.
Yeah, and also I've said it before, Ray Morneau's been great this season at consistency. He consistently is finishing in the top 5, and that's why he's sitting in the second spot, only 1 point out. Jake Sheridan's got to watch his back, because consistency is what makes a champion in this division. Ray's been a champion in this division, but Jake's also been so wicked fast that he's almost untouchable, like the 1 is in the Super Stocks right now.
Absolutely.
He's having a great run.
Absolutely. A beautiful, sunny, hot Friday night here at Delaware, and we go to racing on the other side of the break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway. There's another drone shot coming off of a turn number 3, heading to the grandstand area. There you see pit road right below at the bottom. Grandstand area, concessions, and back up top to the tower. Chris Soares and Kate Friel getting set for bone stocks, super stocks, late models. It has the capability of being a fantastic card tonight. Points battles in jeopardy right now. The comfortable lead right now is in the super stocks. 20 points for Trevor Culver, but bone stocks and late models very, very tight, Kale.
Now also with the bone stocks being up first tonight, we should mention that Race Monitor is not working so far tonight. So the scorers are in the tower. They are going to do it all by hand.
Yep, they've called in recruits too, because when you have 40 bone stocks or whatnot, when it gets to the feature, there's a lot of writing to do. White flag on the Speedway. We'll lead off with bone stock heats. I will mention, for those of you who follow us and tune into us every week, which we truly appreciate, we are not here a week from tonight. Okay, just so you know, for programming, we are not here next week, and we'll return after that. So getting started for ready for bone stock heat race number 1. And we're going to have to, I believe, keep an eye on our flagman, Hayden, down in the flag stand. I don't believe our scoreboard is working at the track either, so definitely a little bit of technical issues with live timing and scoring, which is hooked in to the scoreboard on the backstretch, so we'll keep an eye. I know it's 10 laps for the heat races, and here they come to open up another Friday night at Delaware Speedway. And green flag, we're racing with the bone stocks.
The 93 is Brady Udman. The white and teal vehicle behind that is the 97 being piloted by Jordan Morris. He looks to the
Oh, we got a car in the wall. It's Outman right in front of the field. Got a little tap from behind. Big hit on the outside wall, and he gets spun on the backstretch. The 69C, I don't have a name for that. Mitchell Rawlings drives the black 69. My apologies for that, folks. We are, we know the track is trying to fix the problem. Let's go to the replay, Kate.
Yeah, so if you look, the 97 of Morris gives a little tap to Udman there, and he goes right up into the outside wall, but then's collected.
I did not see that.
Yeah, the 69 is coming through the field, just didn't see him up high, I guess, and unfortunately right into the side of the 93.
Wow, so an early caution here in bone stock heat race number 1. And the 93 of Outman has been running well in 2025. Another look, Kate.
So you just see the tap. Well, actually, you know what? Something might have broken in the front end. When you watch that replay back, it looks like something may have broken in the front end of the 93, and the tap from Morris.
He went straight up towards the wall.
Yeah,
right,
the 97 of Morris, I don't think played any part in that incident. I think something broke in the front end, and away went steering capabilities, and up went Udman into the wall. At first look there, though, it did look like there was a little bit of a tap going to the inside, but that could also be the sun setting over turn 2 for us.
Yeah, right now the sun is covering half the track, which will affect some handling. Another replay here, Kate.
So there's a touch of contact, but if you watch right here,
there,
he can't even turn.
You saw the car kind of shiver, right?
Yep, I think something broke in the front end, and away he went. Unfortunate for the 93 team.
That's amazing how you got hooked there. Well, you can see the right rear fender on the Outman machine too. There was a lot more clearance for that left front tire of the 69C to get in there. And they have the 93 on the business end of the tow truck here and cleaning things up on the backstretch. Very early caution here. Not a lap completed yet in bone stock heat race number 1.
I'm here behind us and he blew right front.
And there you see Brady's car being towed in.
Just kept drifting up to the wall. Brady did a good job of avoiding it until he hit the wall.
So it looks like the backstretch getting practically cleared up, waiting for one safety vehicle to exit the backstretch. They're going to double them up, though,
It's kind of like an old Rob Willis.
in turn number 3.
Driver the 11. It's a 33C. What's that?
So we got the 34, Jake Thompson in the 34 tonight at the back of the field.
It's like 50 cents after taxes, right?
In this heat race, we also have Sarah Lawrence, Jennifer Hatch, Cassie Howard. Jordan Morris is on the outside of that front row.
Yeah, so that 23 at the front's actually renumbered 97 if I saw the tape correctly.
Join the field.
Yeah, so that's Jordan Morris in that vehicle. The 59 is Cassie Howard. The 17 is, or sorry, the 71H is Jennifer Hatch.
Qualify your way into the
The 34 is Jake Thompson.
So the 97 is neither Jacob Appleman or David Rockwood then.
Everybody else who doesn't qualify.
I believe David Rockwood is in the 97D tonight. And that is just the straight 97.
That's what happens when you don't have live timing and scoring, folks, and you're watching Bone Stocks. Numbers change a lot. Here they come, full restart due to not completing a lap and green flag.
Numbers change, drivers change, and we don't even have them all in our program. So you're going to have to bear with us until timing and scoring is fixed.
Good run by the 97 off of corner number 2.
Morris is out front.
Morris, the V8 driver, will grab the lead out of turn number 4. And Jordan will lead lap number 1. Hatching at 71 in third right now. There's your first and second place cars out of turn 2 and down the back. Stan Cook making a move back in the field, up to 4th now in the 74. Here come the leaders through turns 3 and 4. Morris out front. Hatch remains in the 3rd spot, but Stan Cook tracking her down for that 3rd position, and Stan is there now, just behind what you see on the screen with our 2 leaders.
I'm not sure who's in the orange 71. The 71 with the bright green numbers is Jennifer Hatch.
Oh, Jennifer Hatch in 5th then.
Yeah, so Jennifer Hatch is in 5th. The orange 71 is now in 4th.
64, that's Clausen in that yellow machine coming into your screen there momentarily in the 6th position, but it's Jordan Morris out front in the 97.
Appleman, 3 and 4. Out of 4 and 2 to strike.
And here they come to complete another lap. Watching the Flagman halfway next time by, so they're working lap number 5 right now. And Hayden ready in the flag stand with the cross flags for Jordan Morris. No scoreboard, no live timing and scoring at this point, race fans. And the cross flags at the line, 5 down and 5 to go for the 97 of Jordan Morris, who is extending his lead right now out to about 8 car lengths. Stan Cook trying to bridge that gap to the 2nd position. Clausen making a move back in the pack for 5th to the high side of Hatch. They're heading into turn number 3. And here come the leaders out of turn number 4. Clausen will make 2 passes in that turn 3-4 area, and the 64 of William Clausen out of St. Thomas, Ontario, up to the 4th position now.
The orange 71's losing positions on the track. Seems like something's going on with that vehicle. It's gone from 3rd all the way back to 6th position.
Yeah, right in front of the 33C of Mitch Wollaston. 3 laps to go for the leader, Jordan Morris. Out of turn 2 and down the back another time. You're watching Bone Stock Heat Race number 1 here from Delaware Speedway on Rogers TV. And Jordan Morris, the V8 stocks are off this week, so decided to hop in the cockpit of a Bone Stock. 2 to go at the line. 2 laps for the 97 of Jordan Morris. The rest of the field pretty strung out. Wollaston will make a pass on that orange 71 there, you see it. That is Mitch Wollaston in that 33C. And Morris very comfortably out in front. That car looks really loose, kind of fishing a little bit in turn number 3. We'll catch it in turn 4. White flag in the speedway for the 97 of Jordan Morris. Into turns number 1. Out the hill in turn 2 and down the back another time. Almost a half a backstretch lead now on the 2nd place machine. Cook's in 3rd. Clausen's in 4th. Jennifer Hatch is up to 5th. Wollaston's in 6th. Out of turn 4. Checker flag in the air. 97 of Jordan Morris will grab Bone Stock Heat Race number 1 as the rest of the field that comes through. And there you see the 97 of Morris. Let's go trackside to Jeremy.
Thank you so much, Chris. I am joined here by Ryan Dyson. Now, Ryan, a few weeks ago when we last chatted, I had mentioned how you were going to be doing double duty. That night is now tonight. You're driving in your Superstock and also in Paul Major's number 14 machine. Take me through how you got this process started and what's it going to be like tonight for you.
Yeah, I'm already worn out. It's pretty hot out here, but yeah, a couple weeks ago, well, probably about a month ago now, Paul asked me if I would sub for him for a couple of weeks because he couldn't get out of some prior obligations, and who's going to say no to driving a Pro Late Model for the first time? So we came out on Monday night and tested it and felt pretty comfortable, and picking up a little more speed here tonight. There's just a lot to learn with these things, and obviously they're a lot different. You got to kind of let them roll, and I think my biggest problem with it right now is I just got to learn that there's so much tire, so much left side into them that you can actually hammer it out a little more than I feel comfortable doing right now. But one night under my belt tonight, and hopefully we're ready for next week. But in other news, the Superstock is absolutely dynamite tonight, and we got about 150 people here to cheer us on tonight, so hopefully we can have a good night in both.
Yeah, and obviously you mentioned how you had over 150 fans tonight. Take me through that process and being able to get even more fans, especially fans of yours, out here tonight, and how that all came about for you.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, we decided we were just going to do a little partner and fan appreciation night, and the track was good enough to give us some discounted tickets, so we posted it, and we had quite a few people take us up on it, and it's good to see. I think almost all of our 20-some-odd sponsors are out here in some capacity. Some have 20 people out here, some have 15, and it's great to see all the people who support us come out and see it in person. It's not every day that all of them get to come out here. Some of them aren't necessarily even that local, so some of them have traveled a bit of a way to be here. And yeah, there's lots of fans up there. I see lots of JRD Motorsports T-shirts, and yeah, it's awesome. I'm very thankful for everyone who supports this program.
Well, best of luck tonight. Lots of work for you to do in both the machines. Good luck.
Thanks. I gotta get some more water in me, I think.
There we go. Back upstairs to Chris and Kate.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. On track, double file, ready to go. Bone stock heat race number 2. And out front is going to be the 11 of Rob Williston on the inside. It's Liam Boschel in the 333 on the outside. Don't have a name for the orange and yellow 50 inside row 2. The 27 outside row 2. That's Tori Robinson. The black 7 is Jeremy. The 51, that's Tom Hughes in that multicolored machine. Then it's Hannah Lamont and Jesse Howard in the row behind them. As they get set, Williston will bring him to the line. For Bone Stock Heat Race number 2, 10 laps, the scheduled distance. Williston and Boschel, front row, green flag, racing with the Bone Stocks.
Also in this heat race, we've got the 99 of Chad Peru, the 69 of Mitchell Rawlings, the 6 of Will Corey. At the back of the pack, it's Chris Lawrence in
PT Cruiser.
The PT Cruiser.
Yeah, so
Nathan Ray is also in this heat race as well.
That's not a 50. I think that's the 58 of Gary Triska. Looks like a 58 on the side door of Gary Triska to Stratfordville. It's not Cassie Howard in the 59, I'm pretty sure. Okay,
no, Cassie Howard ran in the last heat race.
So that's the 58 of Gary Triska.
Had some technical problems, was in the pits for a bit, and came back out for the last lap.
Williston out front, out of turn 4 to complete a lap. Look at that, 4 wide. Here's some of the action bottom right, Kate. That's Jeremy in that black 7.
Yeah, it gets all jacked up in the corner. Everybody able to make it through, though. We're still green flag racing.
Robinson for the lead, down the back to the inside of Williston. And the 27 of Tori Robinson from just down the road in London will grab the lead. More competitive field here in Bone Stock Heat Race number 2. Robinson, Williston out front. Hughes up to 3rd in that rainbow-colored 1. And then it's Hannah Lamont having a good run to the inside of Triska. And Quarry from the back of the field all the way up to 5th. Just off screen right side, there's your leaders. Turns 3 and 4, Robinson into 27. And we got a wreck on the backstretch to 23 of Howard. Looks like maybe both of the front tires are down. No, left one looks good. Maybe the right front is down. Nonetheless, caution on the speedway.
I think we have a replay. Check the right side of your screen as we go back here. Looks like contact with the 333 goes to the inside. drifts up, and
another hard hit.
Another hard hit. That's a hard hit for the 23 of Jesse Howard.
Yeah, and that's Liam Boschel in the 333. Started on the front row, and obviously was drifting towards the back of the field, and got caught up with the 23 of Howard.
Oh yeah, I didn't have a doubt in my mind.
We have a caution here, our first caution of heat race number 2. And they'll check in with Jesse. Window net is down.
Maybe we'll get to see him climb a fence here.
On that 23.
You see Cody Newby? Newby's still
Robinson, the leader, Wollaston in second, and Hughes in third. That's the running order. I believe the whole field completed that lap with Robinson out front. And here's the replay again, Kate.
So watch the 23, that red and white vehicle. Watch the 333, the orange one on the inside. She comes up after going to the inside and unfortunately just goes off the front nose of the 333.
I think the 333 came down.
The 333 was on the outside line as Howard goes to the inside in the middle of the corner.
You saw Jesse drifting up the track instead of the 333 coming down into her right rear? Okay.
They may have both collided, but regardless, he was on the outside to start and there wasn't much between her and the wall before she was turned.
So under caution here, Bone Stock Heat Race number 2. And the 23 of Jesse Howard out of London. On the business end of the tow truck. Another replay. Take us through, Kate.
So the 333 starts washing up the track a little bit. So the 23 of Jesse Howard goes to the inside. But right here, you're going to see the 333 is still going straight. And across comes the 23.
Hard hit onto the outside wall, just a corner exit of turn 2. They'll double up the field along the back. Robinson and Wollaston on the front row. Hughes and Triska row 2. Lamont and Quarry. Good start in this heat race for Will Quarry. Wow, up to the 6th spot already. Prue and Rawlings in row number 4. Nathan Rhea in row number 5. I don't have a name for the 36. Unless you do, Kate. On the outside of Nathan Rhea in that 26, and it's Jeremy and Lawrence and Boschel at the back of the field.
And the front right tire on the 23 of Jesse Howard is hanging as the tow truck brings it back to the car, or back to the trailer.
Lights off the Delaware Speedway pace vehicle being driven tonight by Gary Adrianson.
And if you want the expressway driver merch, that is
Hayden Maynard
the tower on Delaware Speedway merch.
In our flag stand, getting set to throw the green here.
And our folks down below have come out of the air.
Bone Stock Heat Race number 2. Thanks for joining us here on Rogers TV. A gorgeous evening. Not a cloud in the sky, and seriously, not a cloud in the sky. If you saw our view, we're pretty high up here. It is a beautiful, gorgeous Friday night here in August. Here they come out of turn number 4. Green flag. We're racing with the Bone Stocks. What a jump by Robinson in the 27. 3 car lengths by the line for the 27 off of Wollaston. Triska will go to the high side of the 11 right away for position. Quarry will go to the high side of Hughes. There's that battle for second on your screen. Triska on the outside, Wollaston on the inside. Here comes Will Quarry, right side of your screen. That 6 is on fire in this heat race. And Will's up to almost 3rd spot now from the back of the field. Now he's going to try and split him. He gets by Triska, now to the outside of Wollaston. Wollaston in the 11th, Quarry in the 6th, the orange nose of Triska off screen right side. Battle for 2nd spot into turn 3. Quarry hits the brakes later than Wollaston to draw even contact there between the 11 and the 6. And Quarry will try and get in front here. Try and dive down to the inside, and Quarry will make the pass. Look out, Tori Robinson. Here comes Will Quarry in the 6th. Up to the 2nd spot now. Rawlings up to 4th. Triska drops back to 5th. Here's the gap between Robinson, the 27, and Quarry in the 6th.
The 14 of Hannah Lamont slow on the back stretch.
Yeah, she was in the top 5 when we went to caution. There's your leader. Out of the turn 2 and down the back another time. Is the 27, Tori Robinson. There's the 11 of Wollaston. The 69 is now Rawlings. Battle for 3rd now. As Mitch looks to the outside of Rob to no avail. Now tries to crossover. Rawlings to the inside, and that 69 will draw to the door. Wollaston with a little bit of an edge. Rawlings still there by corner entry. Drawing even. Out of turn 2 they come. Drag race for third right now. Rawlings in the 69, Wollaston in the 11, and coming to 2 laps to go here. This time by for Robinson out of turn 4. Rawlings will make the pass for third. 2 to go. And Corey trying to track the leader down. 1 mile to go for the leader of the 27, Tori Robinson. Won a heat race, if I'm not mistaken, last week as well. Corey all alone in second. Rawlings now in third. Wollaston the 4th. Hughes still battling for the 5th spot. White flag on the speedway. Robinson, Corey, and Rawlings your top 3. Bone stock heat race number 2. Into turn 2 and down the back. The 27 and the 6. Here's first and second on your screen. Robinson will dive into turn number 3. We'll roll the corner here. Out of turn 4. Checker flag awaits the 27. Tori Robinson, winner, bone stock heat race number 2. Corey and Rawlings will be your top 3. And the rest of the field comes through. But Tori Robinson right there in the 27, winner of heat race number 2 in the bone stock division.
Yeah, it's going to be hard without live timing and scoring tonight, making sure that we keep a track of all of these bone stocks. Track scorers definitely in there going to work. Natalie Cordell is normally in there and normally scoring with the live timing scoring on Race Monitor. Has recruited Dana Morneau to come up and do some writing while she's calling out numbers, is what I just saw there at the end of that race. But they're back to old school paper, and I remember even at other speedways, there used to be 4 or 5 scorers, and live timing has changed that so much with transponders.
It used to be like that when I worked here, and that was less than 10 years ago. Let's go trackside to Jeremy.
Thanks so much, Chris. I am joined here by Marshall Schrank, the driver of the number 22 in the Pro Late models. Now, Marshall currently sitting 4th, but in a points battle, trying to get up into the top spot. What's it going to take for you and your team to get this car into victory lane here tonight?
Just stay on top of the track. I mean, the car's working really well right now, so as long as we hit our adjustments and keep the momentum going, we'll be good.
And then obviously the season so far, currently in 4th. What's probably been the one proudest moment for you so far this season for you and your team?
Just the consistency, I guess. Consistency of speed every week. I'm not sure we finished outside the top 5, so it's a good accomplishment so far.
And then obviously heading into tonight, what's going to be the key for you out on this hot, dry surface so far? Haven't had rain in a couple of days. What's going to be the key for this machine to try to get good grip on this track?
I mean, yeah, like I said before, just keep up with how the track's going to change from practice to heat to once it gets dark in the future. So,
best of luck tonight, Marshall, and the rest of the season for you.
Thanks.
Back upstairs.
Thank you, Jeremy. And driver of the 22 Pro Late model, Marshall Schrank, had some issues in the heat racing last week. Rebounded for a good finish in the feature. Bone stock heat race number 3. This will be our final heat race for this division. The fastest cars on average taking place here, and that includes our points battle, and our points leader will start shotgun on the field. Colin Williams in the blue 17 at the back of the field with the strongest car last week, the 33 of Paul Fothergill, will start at the back with Williams. Second in points, Matt Langford is going to start 8th. Third in points, Charlie Verhoeven will start 10th. So some work to do for the points leaders. They get a point for every position in the top 10 in heat racing. You win your heat, 10 points, and all the way back to 1 point for 10th place.
Problems with the 10 of Ian Levesque just came to the pits. That team is having a rough go.
So the field will double up here. They'll get the white flag this time by.
So David Rockwood's on the inside, Race Meyer on the outside, Joe Kicks, the 1 of Starrett Racing.
The 03 is Matt Langford.
Yeah, then it's Langford and Verburn. No,
I think we got the 25 of Genero, actually.
The 24 of Genero, the 78 of Lawrence. Isn't that Lawrence? In the 78, Kate, just to confirm.
No, that'll be
Culver?
Justin Culver.
Yeah, Justin
the 03 is Matt Langford.
Yeah.
The 19, Michael Verburn. The 8 of Charlie Verhoeven.
It was double featured.
Yep, and then it's Donovan Clark in that 52, fourth in the points right now. Then it's Fothergill and Wilms, and it's the 97 of Rockwood, the control car. Here we go. 10 laps of scheduled distance. This should be a good one. We're watching the front of the field, and we're watching the points battle. A 4-point lead for Colin Wilms heading into tonight. Took the lead last week. Green flag racing in Rockwood. Good start. Meyer will try and fight back on the outside. The front two got away, and then the rest of the field kind of snagged a little bit. With the 12 of Joe Kicks and Starrett Racing battling their side-by-side from third on back. And it's here's Rockwood and Meyer battling for the lead. Good run by Meyer. Meyer will lead that lap. That's our official timing and scoring up here with Kate and myself. And Rockwood will fight back in the corners. Here comes Starrett Racing in that one machine up to the third spot. There you see the nose of the one. Front three have gotten away. The points battle right now is Donovan Clark ahead of Langford, nose to tail. Wilms behind Langford, and Verhoeven inside of Wilms. So lots of battling at the back of this field as well, but Rockwood will lead through turns 1 and 2. Meyer, Starrett Racing, and Justin Culver now up there in the 78. That's Verburn in the 5th spot, Clark in the 6th spot, then it's Langford, Wilms, Kicks, Verhoeven, Fothergill, and Genereux.
Yeah, it looked to me like Langford, Wilms, on back to Fothergill there, all kind of got hung up behind Kicks and Genereux there off the start, but now they seem to have gotten around them, and they're able to get going, so they should be charging to the front.
Here they come out of turn number 4. And it's all Rockwood right now. Culver coming to the outside of Meyer. Verburn trying to follow him through. And the top 3 in points have found each other. Langford, Wilms, and Verhoeven nose to tail. Verhoeven to the inside, and Wilms back in the field. Culver to 78, Meyer 93. The nose of the one of Starrett. There's the 52 of Donovan Clark. 19's for Byrne. Langford in the white and orange right there as well as they come out of turn number 4. Great gaggle of cars all battling for the 2nd spot. Fothergill not nearly as fast as we saw him last week. They probably had to add some weight, I would think, wouldn't they, Kate?
They may have had to. I haven't seen anything officially come across, so I'm not going to say yes or no for sure.
And I'm only saying that because
I'm sure I can send a
3.
message and maybe find out, though.
On the outside looking in, they both pass car.
Well, I know when Verhoeven won. Where are you going?
Hogan to the bottom, Culver slides up the track. Now Verburn will waltz on by on the inside. Donovan Clark to the bottom. Clark making a run on the inside now. He's to the inside of Justin Culver, off 3 and 4.
Verburn in 2nd spot. Clark in the inside of Culver for 3rd. Langford in the 5th spot. Wilms and Verhoeven right there. Meyer, Fothergill, Starrett, and Genereux. And Rockwood out of turn number 2 will grab the lead. Or sorry, stay in the lead, my apologies. Verburn and Clark. Nose to tail, 2nd to 3rd. And Langford now up to 4th. Wilms trying to follow him through. 2 laps to go for the leader, the 97 of Rockwood. Verburn and Clark, your front 3 all together. Then it's Langford in 4th, 3 wide behind Langford, just off screen, but they're your leaders through turns 3 and 4. Rockwood, Verburn, and Clark nose to tail. Donovan having a great run. So is Verburn in the 19. And Verburn goes for the lead with 1 lap to go. Into turn 1. Verburn in the 19 to the inside of Rockwood. Then it's Clark in the 52. Side by side for 2nd spot. Langford up to 4th. Wilms 5th. Verhoeven 6th. They're all there. Out of turn 4. Checkered flag in the air. Good run by Verburn, and he'll win it. Michael Verburn in a Strathroy checkered flag. Followed by Clark, Rockwood, Langford, Wilms, Verhoeven, Culver, Fothergill, Meyer, Starrett, and Genereux. That's 7 points for Langford, 6 for Wilms, and 5 for Verhoeven. So Langford gains a point on Wilms. Now it's a 3-point lead heading to the feature. And great run for the 19 of Michael Verburn. We'll step away. When we come back, we'll head to the Super Stocks. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we are back for another incredible season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're going to tour some amazing backyards. We're going to meet up with some great folks, and we're going to cook some incredible food. Join us Thursdays at 7:30 for Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
Jack 102.3, playing hits of the 80s, 90s, and more. So you can have the time of your life again. And again. For hits of the 80s, 90s, and more, listen to Jack 102.3.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers Street, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Yeah, that's a cute 6-starred Sun, Kate Friel. Show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season merchandise. From classic hoodies and comfortable t-shirts to stylish hats, there's something for every race fan. Whether you're watching from the grandstands or following the action from home, you can shop online, DelawareSpeedway.com. Order now and represent the excitement of Delaware Speedway in style. Their source, Kate Friel, top of the tower, Jeremy McGrady down trackside. Pretty good bone stock heat race number 3.
Yeah, they were able to swap back and forth. Matt Langford really worked his way through the field and had a great run, so that's great for that camp. I expect them to be fast again in the feature.
Getting set for the super stocks for heat racing. 10 laps of scheduled distance. Chuck Menzie out of Port Lambton, Ontario, out front along with the aid of Randy Kuykendall out of Sarnia. Pete Vanderwist Jr. 71 is Connor Van Steensel from Strathroy for Brendan Edgar from London. Pete Vanderwist Jr. from St. Thomas. The 14 Centralia is Cody Wiles. I was in Centralia the other day, actually, in the 15. Mike Hernick Jr. from Kingsville. 8 cars set to do battle. Super stock heat race number 1. 10 laps of scheduled distance.
Set to go to Chuck Menzie, your pole sitter.
And the Delaware Speedway pace car will duck down onto pit road. Here we go. Menzie will bring him to the line.
On the outside, as well on the outside.
And green flag. We're racing with the super stocks. Kuykendall kind of spun the tires. Didn't get the start he wanted. Menzie out front. Vanderwist Jr. quickly up to the second spot. And here comes, oh, contact on a turn 2. Kuykendall almost into the wall off the nose of Van Steensel. Edgar up to 3rd. Wilds quickly up to 4th. Sorry, Darrell Lake also in this heat as well in the 77 out of Mount Bridges, Ontario. Vanderwist Jr. quickly to the lead, to the inside of Menzie will make the pass. And here, let's go to the replay here, I believe, what happened with the 6-car, Kate. Or the 8 car?
Yeah, so if you watch the 8 car here, it looks like Van Steensel goes to go to the inside, but kind of clips the back of the 8. 8 is able to save it off of the wall and able to keep everybody moving in this heat race.
Vanderwist Jr. out front and a good margin off of Edgar and Darrell Lake now up to 3rd. Wilds to the inside of Menzie. There's Van Steensel in the 71. Hernick Jr. in the 15. There's your leader. Vanderwist Jr. to continue the lap. Lake down to the inside of Brendan Edgar. He'll grab the 2nd spot. And the 77 continues on trucking. Trying to get to the front of this field. Lake in the 77, Edgar in the 4. Out of turn number 4. Nice close-up shot there right into the cockpit of Darrell Lake in the 77. It's Vanderwist Jr. out front. The 7 was out running some practice laps last week. Super Sox did not compete. There's the gap between Vanderwist Jr. and Lake. Lake followed by Edgar and Wilds in that yellow machine. Halfway, this time by, 5 down, 5 to go. Super stock heat race number 1.
With the Jayco race coming up shortly, the 7 definitely wanting to get in some seat time here at Delaware and make sure that that car is nice and fast. It's looking good so far in this heat race, but so is that 77 of Darrell Lake.
Yeah, big Jayco race coming up, Kate, late September, double header here at the Speedway. Kuykendall loose at turn 4. Almost hit the outside wall. Had to hammer on the brakes. He was headed nose first into the outside wall. And a great job by Randy to keep it off the wall and keep on trucking.
Great side-by-side battle between Wilds and Van Steezel. They've been going for a couple laps here, side by side. Cody Wilds, I think, at the line, but that's just our live timing and scoring.
Herniak Jr. in the 15 there as well for that battle. That battle's for 4th. And 2 to go this time by for Vanuis Jr. in the 7. Here's your battle for 4th through turns 3 and 4. Wilds loose there. Will stay to the outside, though. Van Steezel on the inside. There's your leader. Down the back. Lap and a half to go for the 7 of Pete Vanuis Jr. A nice, comfortable 17, 18 car length lead over the 77 of Darrell Lake. There you see Darrell. And Edgar in the 3rd spot. White flag on the Speedway. That battle for 4th continues to rage on. Van Steezel and Wild still side by side. Cody using a lot of right side rubber on this battle with Van Steezel. Here's Vanuis Jr. through turns 3 and 4 another time. Checker flag awaits the 7. Pete Vanuis Jr. will win Super Stock Heat Race number 1, followed by Lake and Edgar, your top 3. Battle out of turn number 4. Here they come. And it's Wilds over Van Steezel, followed by Herniak Jr., Menzie, and Kuykendall.
You always want that 4th place spot because that's
Yeah, Kuykendall's still coming to the line, but that car is wicked loose.
Yeah, that 8 team just hasn't been able to seem to get a fix on the handling of that 8 machine. Let's check in trackside with Jeremy.
great racing.
Thanks so much, Chris. I am joined here by Mitchell Wollaston, and it is your debut night here at Delaware Speedway, here in a bone stock. Obviously, you have put your car in King of the Hill. Now that you're in a bone stock, what's it like? You've gotten a practice under your belt and a heat race. Take me through what's it been like to be able to drive a bone stock.
Well, King of the Hill and bone stocks, 2 different worlds. King of the Hill, it's a lot for fun. You're in a car you don't want to scratch, and it's one-on-one racing, 1 lap. Bone stocks, I was with 14 other cars who aren't afraid to get door to door with me. No, it was exhilarating. It was heat in the moment. I don't remember much, to be honest with you. All I know is that I passed a couple of cars, and the car in front of me, I kept on wanting to chase the car in front of me. The car ran right. It did everything it was supposed to do tonight.
Now, obviously, it takes a village of people to get to where you are today. Anybody you want to thank, obviously, to get you where you are here with this bone stock?
Of course. Tonight I'm driving my dad, Rob Olston's backup car. The car was not ready for racing tonight, but between Rob Olston, Joe Kicks, our pit crewman, Donnie, we got the car running. We blew an engine on Monday, and they got it fixed Tuesday. So huge shout out to them. Couldn't do it without them.
And best of luck tonight in the feature race in your first one. Good luck out there.
Thank you very much, guys.
Back upstairs to Chris and Kate.
Thank you, gentlemen. Kate, we have a little package here for our viewers.
Yeah, so we're going to look at some action that keeps happening in the same corner today. Looking at turn 2, we have Brady Udman in the wall over in that corner collected as well. And then here's the 23 of Cassie Howard. Everybody needs to put their race number on that wall. Here goes Kuykendall to the same spot. So the racer superstition, if you put your number there, you don't want to mess up your own number. So yeah. I think everybody needs to go get their number and put it in turn 2 tonight.
Super Stock Heat Race number 2. The points leader at the back of the field, the 1 at Culver. We'll see what the 1 has tonight under the hood. He has been strong for a few weeks now. Jay Cox will lead him to the line. Ramsey on the outside of row number 1. Green flag, Super Stock Heat Race number 2. 83 is Rickwood. 57 is Ethan Orr in row number 2. And it's Dyson, the Nagy boys, and Culver. Side by side for the lead. Cox on the inside. Ramsey on the outside. And Rickwood all alone in 3rd.
Hudson Nagy's behind Ryan Dyson, looking like he wants to go places, but just not able to get going just yet. Dyson takes off, and Hudson Nagy is following in tow with the 1 of Culver right behind him.
With 8 cars in the heat race, you're guaranteed points. You'll get 3 points for finishing at the bottom of the field. There's your lead battle top left. Points battle bottom right, and the 1 of Trevor Culver. With Carson Nagy trying to get by the 57 of Orr at the back of the field. Ramsey in the 07. Ramsey's 3rd in the points at the front of the field. Could gain some valuable points here. 00 of Cox. Cox will try and fight back. The 83's Rickwood right there as well. And Culver in the middle of a Nagy sandwich at the back of the field.
Every one of these super stock drivers know if you let Trevor Culver get by you, you're going to be in trouble. Some contact between the one of Culver and Nagy. Just a little bump in the middle of turns 3 and 4.
Well, the patented pass for Culver the last month has been down on the apron to the inside of your left rear corner panel, and Hudson said, "You're not doing it that time," and Hudson came down on him and blocked the pass by the one.
Here's a look at that contact I was just talking about. The one of Culver goes to go to that spot on the inside and just bumps into the rear tire there of Hudson Nagy.
Ramsey out front would love to get 10 points here as the points leaders march back in 6th right now. But Jay Cox won't let him go. Rickwood remains in 3rd. Side-by-side battle. Hudson Nagy to the inside of Dyson for 4th. And Culver right there with Carson Nagy and Orr. And Hudson Nagy now up to the 4th spot, bottom right of your screen. Leaders top left. Ramsey out front. Hudson Nagy, that orange and white car. Dyson in the 28. Culver, your points leader in the 1. There's Carson Nagy in the 93 and Orr in the 57. And the lead trio, about a 10-12 car length lead on that battle for 4th.
Here goes Trevor Culver to the inside of Nagy again. He's trying to make that inside spot that he can only drive work best for him.
Hudson goes right down. Susie crossed the start-finish line, went right down to the lower apron. Oh, chain reaction, bump there. Culver off the nose of Dyson. Dyson checked up. Nagy into the back rear bumper of the 28 in turn 1 last time. White flag on the speedway. And Jay Cox all over the rear deck of the Ramsey. Here's a replay. Here the leaders down the backstretch here. Half a lap to go. Ramsey out front. Cox in the 00. Rickwood in the 83. Out of turn number 4. Ramsey, big win in the heat race. 10 points for the 07.
And some jostling in the back. The 28 of Dyson looked to the inside of Culver. Couldn't make it work.
Yeah, Hudson Nagy, as you heard, and we were going to pick it out as well. The 36 not happy with the 1 car. Coming into tonight, it was a Culver by 20 over Carson Nagy. Nick Ramsey was only 4 back at Carson Nagy, so Nick Ramsey by 1 point now over Carson Nagy for 2nd in the points unofficially. So a little change here in the top 3 in the super stocks. Here you see the winner, the 07 of Nick Ramsey. And let's go to the pits with Jeremy.
Thanks so much, Chris. I am joined now by the driver of the number 17 in the bone stock, Colin Williams. Now, Colin, currently 4 points up, back in the lead here in the bone stock division. Take me through these last couple of weeks, obviously racing with guys like Matt Langford and Charlie Verhoeven up near the front of the field in that top 3 order. Take me through what these next few weeks as we close out the season towards the end of the next couple of weeks here. What's it going to be like to try to get yourself a win?
It's going to be tight. So, I mean, I was looking at the past few years for the points, and it's usually been a 1 or 2 car battle, but this year I think we got a 5 car battle shaken up. So it's going to be, it's just going to be being careful, protecting the car, and minimize the mistakes as best you can.
Now, a lot of the drivers obviously talk about consistency. For you, you've been able to be consistent throughout the year. What's that been like, being able to get this car up in the top 5 pretty much each and every single race so far?
Well, it's just the simple things like checking the tow, making sure we have enough gas, nothing's dragging, stuff like that. But yeah, just constantly doing maintenance on the car to make sure that it's okay.
So best of luck tonight and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Back upstairs to Chris and Kate.
Thank you, Jeremy. And Colin, back up top. Chris Soares at Kate Frio. I want to take you back to the last lap in that battle between the 36 of Hudson Nagy and the 1 at Culver, Kate.
Yeah, so Hudson Nagy in the orange car, and the black and orange is Culver, so he's right under him.
Wow. Jacking him right up.
Just keeps pushing him. And that left the inside open for Dyson to make an attempt there.
Coming right back to the line, coming to the checkered flag here.
Yeah. So Hudson Nagy, none too pleased with Culver after that contact. So should be interesting to see how that shapes up in the feature race. Hopefully they're able to work it out before then, so that there's no extra casualties, come feature time. And we're just waiting on the late model heat races next.
Yeah, late model's up next, getting set for heat racing here.
Last year's situation was a little
and the looks like the pace car is going to lead them out. So we're going to go with late models here, the pro late models. I think we're going to have 2 heats here. Heat race number 1 going to be Ronnie Beauchamp Jr. in that 60.
I'm wondering if some of the slight delays are because of the timing and scoring, because they've got to revert everything back up. Got to figure out what the B main's going to be as well.
It's a
who did and didn't make it. It's going to be a night for them.
And blessing in the skies, Kate, that the final feature race. Oh, it's not. I was going to say the final feature is the bone stocks, but it's not tonight, because that'll be the toughest to score. Is the bone stocks. It's actually the late model. So
here's
that conversation.
The 36 going over to talk to the 1.
And a Delaware Speedway official right there on the scene.
So perfect. It looks like they are going to chat it out, and they're going to go their separate ways out of that. So
wasn't much of a conversation. I think Hudson had a few words to say, and that was it. So yeah, that was. Usually we have the bone stocks going after the late models for the feature, but with the timing and scoring being retro style tonight, there might be a little bit of delay with the bone stock feature getting all set and written down as they cross the line, right?
I mean, worst case scenario, they may have to mix that up just a little bit and make it easier for the scoring team. But that's above our pay grade, and that's something that the track's going to figure out.
Wait,
things happen, and
you get paid?
No.
Oh.
I said above our pay grade, which is 0.
Yeah,
so everything's above that.
Everything's above our pay grade. Ronnie Beauchamp Jr. and Lloyd Rawlings on row number 1. The 21 is Logan White. The 14, that's Mr. Dyson in that 14 late model. Then it's a Robley. The 30 of Arts and the 10 of Jesse Kennedy. Here we go, green flag with the late models. Pay special attention at 14. That's Dyson. First run in competition in a pro late model. And Beauchamp Jr. will grab the lead early. White to the inside of Rawlings for second. Here comes Robbie to the inside of Dyson in that 14 machine. And Matt Robbie's had a horse the last month and a half. But that's also come with some bad luck, Kate, in that 32 team.
Yeah, I believe that was the control arm incident from last week, so it looks like they got it fixed. It looks fast, but Beauchamp Jr. was also fast last week in this heat race, so it was more of a short run car for Ron Beauchamp Jr. last week, but seems to be stout right now. But look no further, here comes the 32, but also the 10 of Jesse Kennedy.
Jesse Kennedy with the feature race win last week and trying to follow Robley from the back of the field to the front. Dyson's dropped to the back of the field, still getting much needed laps and seat time in that late model.
Yeah, definitely a different ride going from a super stock to a late model, a little bit more horsepower there for him, and it's going to take some time. It's probably set more towards what Paul Major would usually drive that car at, as opposed to maybe the comfortability of how Dyson likes his car. I talk about it all the time. Every driver likes a different race car.
The whole field single file now as they work turns 1 and 2. Beauchamp Jr. up front. Robley and Kennedy are coming. They're bridging that gap to the leader here. White in 4th, being pressured by Arts. Then it's Rawlings and Dyson. The rest of your running order halfway this time on. 5 down, 5 to go. You're watching Pro Late Model Heat Race number 1 from the half mile in Delaware, Ontario on Rogers TV. Ronnie Beauchamp Jr. down the back by about 8 car lengths over Matt Robley and Jesse Kennedy. There's Robbie and Kennedy working turns 3 and 4. Kennedy to the inside, and Robbie will shut the door.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to close the gap between Ron Beauchamp and Robley there, but I don't know if they're going to have enough time to catch them. Heat races are a lot shorter, so I wonder if those two are just going to battle at second place.
What the interesting fact is that while they're battling, they're still cutting into the lead, which is very impressive. Like Robley's concentrating on Kennedy, but also tracking the 60 down a little bit here. 2 to go this time by. Ronnie Beauchamp Jr. out of Windsor, Ontario, out front. Then it's a Matt Robley out of London. Jesse Kennedy from Oneida. And slowly but surely, they're tracking him down. Lap and a half to go for the 60 of Ronnie Beauchamp Jr. White's all alone in fourth. No problem there for the 21 of Logan White from Ingersoll. White flag on the Speedway. Beauchamp Jr., Robley, Kennedy. That's your front three. Up the hill in turn 2 and down and back. Beauchamp Jr. comfortable lead right now. Has to hit his marks in turns 3 and 4. And the checker flag awaits out of turn 4. Second week in a row with a heat race win, the 60 of Ronnie Beauchamp Jr. Followed by Robley, Kennedy, White, battle side by side for 5th. And it's won by Arts over Rawlings, and then Dyson coming in the 7th position to wrap up late model heat race number 1. There is your heat race winner to the 60 of Ron Beauchamp Jr. from Windsor, Ontario.
So that wraps up heat race number 1. For your experience.
And we're getting set for late model heat race number 2. As Ron's going to come across and take a quick picture here.
And I believe in heat race number 2, we're going to see Joe Lawrence back.
Nice.
Did see him earlier in practice.
And the points leader who got his lead trimmed a little bit last week. Let's go trackside to Jeremy.
Thanks so much, Chris. I am joined here by Carson Nagy. Now, Carson, got yourself in a bit of a points battle now. Only 1 point back of Jake Sheridan heading in towards tonight's feature race. Talk to me about the car, how it is running, and what's going to take for you to get to victory lane tonight.
Yeah, we're struggling tonight, really trying to catch Trevor Culver in the points, but we're in a pretty deep hole, being like, I think it was 18 points going into tonight, but we've been struggling the last month and a bit, still struggling tonight. We're going to see what we can do, but off to a rough start, getting some damage in that heat, see what we can do going for the feature.
Now, take me through the track conditions here tonight. Beautiful picturesque day. Had rain a few days ago, but take me through the track conditions tonight. Bit slick.
Yeah, it's been really slick for some reason. It's the first time I've experienced here, and that's what we're really fighting with. It's really tough to get off the corner and make a pass, but again, we're going to go to work, see if we can get any better for the feature.
Well, hopefully you'll find that groove for you and make a stick. Best of luck tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Back upstairs.
Thank you very much, Chris and Kate, top of the tower. Thank you, Jeremy and Carson Nagy. Closing in.
22.
Well, actually, I think lost a point or 2 to Culver.
Yeah.
In that heat race, it was Ramsey that gained 4 points on Trevor. So unofficially, Trevor's 16-point lead now over Nagy. Oh, sorry, over Ramsey, my apologies. So just a reminder, Kate mentioned this off the top of the show, no live timing and scoring if you're used to hopping on Race Monitor, not active to this point. Also a programming note, we will not be with you next Friday night. DelawareSpeedway.com for all ticket information. Come out to the track, support the track if you can, and we'll be back with you in a couple of weeks. We'll keep reminding you of that as the night progresses. White flag on the Speedway. Late model heat race number 2, it's Morneau out front. The 53, that's Brady Smith out of Paynes Mills. Morneau's from Windsor. Then your points leader, the 52, Jake Sheridan from Mount Bridges, alongside Marshall Schrenk from Kamoka, Ontario. Just 5 minutes down the road, Kamoka.
The 81 is Jacob Mercer, and then the 78 is Joe Lawrence.
Mercer? Oh, is it working now?
No.
Oh, you just had to check. So,
this is from practice. They had a few laps in practice that worked.
Oh, Mercer,
I knew
okay,
it was
thank
here.
you. Jacob Mercer in the 81 and Joe Lawrence in the 78. Here we go. Out of turn number 4. Green flag with the late models heat race number 2. Morneau will grab the lead early, trying to come down on the 53 of the Smith. Smith a little loose on a turn 2, and Sheridan's going to try and pounce on the inside. Jake Sheridan, the points leader, trying to get points. Morneau trying to stay ahead of the 52. Pretty much every time they're on the track together from here on in. As we're into the final month or so of this season battle. And Smith relegated to the 3rd spot for now. Lawrence to the inside of Marshall Schrenk, side by side for 4th. Sheridan had problems with his machine last week as well. What did you call that last week? That was what was Sheridan's issue? You think you called it live on the air, was it? The 52, is it
I can't remember what it was last week.
Sheridan.
It's been a long week. Kyle's in BC umpiring the Canadian Championship, so.
52 looks strong tonight, reeling in the 0-3 right now. That is the first and second in the points, reverse order on the track. The leader in the 52, points leader 52. 0-3 is Morneau. Sheridan in the 52. That 52 looks really good tonight. No problem getting to the inside, or Morneau had position. And they'll come side by side up the hill at turn 2 and down the back. Drag race down the back into turn 3. We're going to be halfway this time by. Coming around to complete lap number 5. Sheridan on the inside, Morneau on the outside. Credit that lap to Morneau. Side by side behind him for third. Lawrence to the inside of Smith. And they're still side by side at the front of the field. The 0-3 cannot afford to let the 52 by any time in the next 6 weeks. That's how tight it is at the front of this field in the points. Sheridan continuing the bite and grabs the lead. Morneau now has to try and stay with him. Lawrence up to third now. Schrank to the inside is Smith for fourth. And it's Mercer at the back of the field. Jake Sheridan, 3 to go. Sheridan, Morneau, Lawrence, your front three. That 78 looking strong, Kate.
Yeah, the 78's looking strong, but the driver inside has had many laps here at Delaware, so Joe knows exactly what he's doing. He might be the one that gives that little extra to Jake Sheridan tonight.
Yeah, that 78 tracking the 0-3 down. Last lap here. Oh, no, sorry, last lap coming. My apologies. White flag to come this time by. Here's the 0-3 of Morneau, the 78 of Lawrence, second and third. And Lawrence has caught Morneau. That 78 looking very stout tonight. But right now it's Sheridan out front and pulling away. With a half a lap to go, the points leader had trouble last week. Had the points lead shrink a little bit. But he'll grab 10 points here. Checkered flag for Jake Sheridan. And that 52, Morneau will come home second. Will grab 9 points, followed by Lawrence, Schrank, and Smith and Mercer.
I'd be very interested to see what the lap times are comparison-wise between the 52 and the 78.
Sheridan came into tonight with a 1 point.
So Sheridan comes to victory lane after the heat race.
Jesse Kennedy was 3 back. He is now 5 back.
And with that being said, we'll be right back with Delaware Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Steve McCaw from Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Welcome to the 2025 race season. From the Ray Cullen Chevrolet family, we are excited about another great year.
Hi, I'm Kathleen from Hiking with Kathleen. Please join me this season where I bring you on my great adventures of hiking, paddling, and camping. And I bring you up close to wildlife as I see them on my hikes.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. And show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season merchandise. From classic hoodies and comfortable t-shirts to stylish hats, there's something for every race fan. Whether you're watching from the grandstands or following the action from home, you can shop online anytime at DelawareSpeedway.com. Order now and represent the excitement of Delaware Speedway in style. Getting set for the Bone Stock B main. And then, according to the agenda, good evening, welcome back, top of the tower, Chris Soares and Kate Friel. And then they have a scheduled short intermission. We'll see if that plays itself out. But the B main for the Bone Stocks coming up next. Your thoughts to the racing thus far?
Well, the racing's been great. And I think that the slight delay may always be the scoring. Like we've said, in case you're just tuning in now, live timing and scoring is out. We have no race monitor connection tonight. So with the bone stocks, if we are missing some drivers' names, they're either not registered completely in the program, or we may have the wrong name because they may switch. Sometimes the bone stock drivers switch cars, switch numbers. We never really know, so we always rely on Race Monitor as a backup for us upstairs. But we're doing our best, just like the scorers inside the tower, to make sure that we're giving you the best coverage that we can, and we thank all of our volunteers that are on camera as well.
Absolutely, and our third member of our team will check in trackside with Jeremy.
Thanks so much, Chris and Kate. I am joined by last week's winner in the Pro Late Model feature race, Jesse Kennedy. Now, Jesse, we talked last about being consistent in this car all season. You have done that. Take me through last week and being able to get into victory lane with this consistent machine.
Yeah, just, I guess all the stars just aligned, and it's still a tough field no matter what we do here. So sometimes your car just works better than others on certain days. So we take those when we can get them. Everything just seemed to work out, and our car died there a couple weeks ago. We rectified that problem. Hopefully it didn't dampen our hopes for a good finish at the end of the year.
Now, obviously tonight a few drivers I've already spoken to talked about how the track is already slick compared to previous weeks. What's going to be the key for you, knowing that these track conditions on a nice, gorgeous day here at Delaware Speedway are going to maybe play a little factor?
Basically, don't overwork the tires. We either wait till the track comes to you or just smooth as possible.
Well, best of luck tonight, Jesse, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Great, thank you.
Back upstairs.
Thank you, Jeremy, and the driver of the 10 Pro Late Model, Jesse Kennedy. So, you've already given us some comments on your thoughts thus far. What are you looking for as far as storylines moving into feature time?
I'm interested to see Trevor Culver and how he may maneuver his way through the field, as well as how Dyson's going to rebound from driving two cars. Is it going to pay a toll on the driver? Being in two different classes, the good thing is that it is cooling off here at Delaware, so I think that's really going to help teams further, especially Dyson being in two cars, give him time to cool off. But I'd like to see how Hudson Nagy does. He's been on fire lately. Normally, we're always looking at the Carson Nagy versus Trevor Culver, where that's going to align. But Hudson Nagy's come on very strong in the last few weeks. So I think that he may even be a contender as well.
More to come. Other side of the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Hey, you want to see a show on Rogers TV that doesn't feature any human stars? Well, you've come to the right place. Watch Crumpet Corner, this brand new show full of laughs and weirdness, chaos.
Jack 102.3, playing hits of the 80s, 90s, and more. So you can have the time of your life again. And again. For hits of the 80s, 90s, and more, listen to Jack 102.3.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season merchandise. From classic hoodies and comfortable t-shirts to stylish hats, there's something for every race fan. Whether you're watching from the grandstands or following the action at home, you can shop anytime online at DelawareSpeedway.com. Order now and represent the excitement of Delaware Speedway in style.
Getting set for the B main for the bone stocks. Adam Genereux, Joe Kicks out front, Hannah Lamont, Ian Levesque problems again. Ian Levesque was going to start in row number 2, now diving into the pits from the backstretch. Chris Lawrence out there as well, Liam Boschel. Why is the 27 of Tori Robinson out there? I thought Tori finished in the top 3 in the heat. Must have been maybe a tech issue?
Possibly.
You're giving me a face.
Well, I would love to go back and confirm that, yes, he finished in the top 3, but unfortunately I can't. So, I am unsure. I can't remember if he experienced some difficulties on track near the end of the race and fell off. That's why I was giving you the face, because I'm going,
All right. Maybe I thought top 3, but maybe you're right.
There is like 40 bone stocks, 2 of us, and no live race monitor.
Hold on. I'm listening to my headset. Yes, so Tori won the heat race and failed tech.
Okay, perfect.
We just got that confirmation.
I was like, it had to be tech or
that's
he
our
fell
live
to the back.
timing and reporting right there.
Yeah, perfect.
I love it. Here they come. Bone stock B main, green flag. Generu on the inside and Kicks on the outside in the Wonder Bread machine.
14 is Hannah Lamont. Liam Bochel's on the outside. Chris Lawrence. We just talked about him. Tori Robinson is also in this heat, or in this B main.
And it's Generu out front.
So we're going to take all but 2.
Kicks in second spot. Side-by-side battle, Lamont and Bochelle for third. Robinson in the 5th spot. Chris Lawrence after that. And the 34 of Jake Thompson up to the 6th spot as well. Bochelle will make the pass on Lamont. There's leader Adam Generu in that 25 BT racing machine. Out front, Joe Kicks in second. Bochelle trying to track him down. Here comes Tori Robinson at 27 to the outside of Hannah Lamont. And Hannah trying to hold on to the 4th spot where Robinson will grab that position. I think, and I'm pretty sure the lap distance, I forgot to mention that to you race fans, is 15 for the B main. Generu, Kicks, Bochelle, Robinson, Lamont. Your top 5, Robinson and Lamont on your screen. Jake Thompson up to the 6th spot. Cassie Howard out there just past Chris Lawrence for position, for the 7th position. As the leaders work turns 1 and 2. Generu pulling away now. A healthy half a straightaway lead on the 12 of Joe Kicks. There's a Robinson closing in on Bochelle in at 3:33. That's for 3rd position. There's Hannah Lamont, the 14. And 34, Jake Thompson on that white machine. Into turns 1 and 2 they go. Robinson to the inside of Bochelle. Bochelle had that contact with the Jesse Howard in their heat race. And Robinson will look to make the pass. Hannah Lamont trying to follow Tori through here. To the inside, Liam. You saw Liam look to the left side with his helmet. You see that? Look twice, race fans, to see if he was clear. And dropped down in front of Hannah. No spotters for the Bone Stocks. Bochelle drops back to 4th. Lamont 5th. Thompson in 6th. There's your gap. Generu all the way back to Kicks. Big gap for the leader.
Yeah, that's a huge gap, and Generu just wants to see this go green and stay out there, keep doing what he's doing. I believe I overheard that everybody except for 2 may make the A main out of this. We lost a few cars in the heat race, one with Brady Oudman and then as well as Jesse Howard.
Correct.
We lost a couple cars, so this B main will remain.
Well, that means that where Chris Lawrence runs right now, 2 positions ahead of the final transfer spot. That is a big battle for that final transfer spot. Over a half lap behind the leader, Adam Generu. In turn 3 right now, into turn 4, the 25 BT racing machine, and will complete another lap. Almost a full straightaway lead now, back to the 12 of Joe Kicks. Robinson trying to, here's that battle right there. So the 20 car is in the 2nd last position. So then that means that the yellow 97 is the final transfer spot if Kate's report is indeed accurate, taking everybody but the last 2 machines.
I think that's the 92 of Ryan Houston, and then that's also the Chris Lawrence mobile and the PT Cruiser.
Correct. So that right there are your final 2 transfer spots. And the gray 20, do we have a driver for the gray 20?
No, that's a new vehicle. I was waiting for Race Monitor to see who was in that tonight.
So that grade 20 trying to get in there right now, and Lawrence has been almost passed for that final transfer spot. That That's happening 3/4 of a lap. Actually, the leader is 2 corners behind this battle. And 5 to go last time. As Genereux down the backstretch into turn 3. This battle coming out of turn 4 right now. And that's the battle for the final transfer spot. There's our leader, Adam Genereux, in that 25 machine from London, Ontario. That's your 3-car battle for the final transfer positions. Right now, the 20 is out. The yellow 92 and the PT Cruiser, the 28, are in. That's how close it is. And the leader's coming. Right behind him, pretty much. About 15 car lengths. There's a Genereux. You see him in the background. Still side by side. These two side by side are in. It's the grade 20 that needs to get by one of them. And here comes the leader, flying down the backstretch. It'll be 2 to go next time by for the 25 of Genereux. Through turns 3 and 4. Genereux's got a ton of position on Joe Kick, so he can take his time if he wants. 2 to go. 2 laps for the 25 of Genereux. 92 is completed the pass over Lawrence in that 28. And Lawrence has about 4 car lengths from being out of the transfer. There's the grade 20 trying to come in. We wish I had a name for you. Apologize for the 20 race fans. White flag on the speedway for Genereux. He's over straightaway ahead of Joe Kicks. All he has to do is do one safe lap and he's good to go. That battle for the final transfer spot right here. And the grade 20 trying to make a move. Put it in high in turn 1, but drifted high in turn 2. Lost some track position. They're trying to hold on. Genereux will come around and take the checker flag for the bone stock be made. Checker flag in the air for the 25, Adam Genereux. And the 92 and 28 will transfer. And Joe Kicks will finish second on the run. Robinson in third, Bochelle fourth. And good run for Hannah Lamont, finishing in the 5th position in that 14 machine. But there is your winner. My apologies, Bone Stock B Main. The 25 Adam Genereux. Let's check in the trackside with Jeremy.
Thanks so much, Chris. I am joined here, driver of the 3 machine in the Pro Late Models, Ray Morneau. Now, Ray, got yourself into a points battle now with Jake Sheridan. 1 point back heading into the feature race. Talk to me about the track conditions here today and what's it going to take to get this machine into victory lane tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of been the same for the last, month or so. It's just been so hot through the day, and then it starts to cool off, especially at night. It's really starting to cool off. Track temperature is going to go down. Like I said, I think every time you guys have interviewed me last month, I've said the same thing. So I've just got to keep up with the track. I think it's going to tighten up. Made a pretty big swing at it for the heat race there. I think it was better. So we'll see. We had a really good race with Jake there. That was a lot of fun. Just seeing where he's beating us and trying to get that fixed.
Now, take me about the handling of the car. Obviously, going into the corners here, with it being slick. Talk to me about the tire wear, and as a driver, what you kind of feel when you're going through the track, whether it be at a feature race or during a heat race.
Yeah, like I was telling you earlier, it's when it's that hot through the day with the sun beating on it, it just gets so slick. There's no grip. With it cooling off now, it's gonna, like I said, it should grip up, should tighten the cars up a little bit. So we'll have to adjust for that, but we'll see. Like I said, hopefully we make the right adjustment. We've been thrashing at it for a little bit here, not where we want to be, but we're not stopping the work.
Well, best of luck tonight, Ray. Good luck.
Thank you.
Back upstairs.
Thank you, Jeremy and Ray Morneau. We just got some nachos from Mama Morneau as we go to break here. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
Hi.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools to determine if drivers are impaired by legal or illegal drugs. And because drug-impaired drivers can pose just as great a risk as drunk drivers, they face the same penalties, like the loss of their driver's license, a criminal record, fines, and more. A message from the RCMP, the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. In a short intermission right now. Welcome back. Chris Orr's at Kate Friel. Enjoying, you just got some nice nachos from Mama Morneau. How were they?
They were good. The track food here is good.
Yeah,
so if you're watching at home, you should probably come on out at some point and get some of the great track food here at Delaware as well.
Absolutely. Give us a little teaser to what you think we'll see in future racing as we're in a short intermission right now.
I think we're going to see some great feature racing. I'm excited to see this battle continue in the super stocks, but also there's been really tight battles points-wise, but also on track with a lot of the late models. Jake Sheridan was out earlier in the race last week, and that made for a little bit more entertainment when it comes to the points. I'm interested to see if Jake's going to get back to the front and hold those leads like he has previously as well, or if he's going to struggle. We'll have to wait and see if he's going to get hung up. Also, I did get a text. It's not a PT Cruiser that Chris Lawrence is driving. It is an HHR by Chevy.
Okay.
So, not only does he send us texts to help us when it's King of the Hill here, but thank you to Scott Friel watching in Grand Bend to let us know what the vehicles are all the time.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Yeah, more to come on the other side of break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Steve McCaw from Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Welcome to the 2025 race season. From the Ray Cullen Chevrolet family, we are excited about another great year.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet, Chris Orr's, Kate Friel, Jeremy McGrady down trackside. If you didn't catch this last week, had a chance to meet and greet with a brand new Flagman here at Delaware Speedway. Here's that feature for you right now. Now with Flagman, first year here at Delaware Speedway, Aidan Maynard. Aidan, tell us a little bit about yourself first in the racing world.
So I've been an official since I was like 10 years old to start with. I started at tracks like Route 1, 5150, just outside of Tilbury. And then I slowly went from that to karts. I raced for a bit as well, mini stock on dirt, kind of stayed more in the dirt world. I got started in the pavement world in Grand Bend Speedway. And then, yeah, I got the opportunity when I heard that Mackie was retiring. And I was like, you know what, I want to get in there. I talked to the people who I know and just got in here luckily, and they handpicked me, and it's been good ever since.
Yeah, Aidan is from South Buxton, and as he mentioned, he's also race director this year at Grand Bend Speedway. When Scott retired, what was kind of the influence or kind of the thought process, say, hey, I'd be interested in that position?
Well, I loved flagging for a while. I learned from the best, and I know that when I stepped off the stand at Grand Bend Speedway, because I started there as a flagman, and then once I went to race director, there was kind of a bit of me that missed it. And then when I heard about it, I was like, I got to do it. I got to. There was something to it. I just had to do it. And obviously, a premier track like this, you can't pass that opportunity up. When it comes by, you got to take it. And that's kind of what I what I tried to do with it. And yeah, as I said, I've been happy with it ever since, man. This place is awesome.
Yeah, so first year, how's it been? Any, obviously some sort of a learning curve, or how's the 2025 season been?
Definitely learning curve, more than not. They obviously run things different than we did on the dirt world. Doug Leonard was one of the guys that I worked with quite a few times in the dirt world, and well-respected World of Outlaw now, race director. And coming from that, it's a little slower paced on pavement than on dirt is, because you're moving on here, and here it's a little bit more, let's just keep a steady pace and get through it, and let's not mess up, and let's take our time and let's focus. And it was definitely weird to kind of calm my heart rate down and realize, hey, I don't have to go as hard. I don't have to go as fast. I can relax a bit.
Yeah, we're just, if you notice, we're walking back towards turn 4, because I wanted to talk to Aiden about the restart zone. So let's talk about it. You'll see the pylon there with the red paint on the wall. Take us through the restart zone. Is there a restart zone? Because there was confusion. We used to have yellow paint at the corner on corner exit at turn 4, but take us through the restart process and what exactly is a zone, if there is one.
So here at Delaware, we're slightly different than most tracks. So on most tracks, you have a restart zone. You have a first cone and a second cone, and and a leader on a restart can fire anywhere in between those two. Here at Delaware, we have just one set of cones and one line. Our rule is that you can fire at or around that cone. So if you're even 10 feet away, you can fire. But from our experience, is that it's a little bit still of judgment. If we still think that, okay, that's a little out there, it's a little too much, we'll call it back. And we do give a warning, and then from that point on. But other than that, it's very, very simple. You're one cone to focus on. That's it, just right across the track, and you can fire at it or around it.
And we're talking about the current leader at that time, correct?
Yes, on a restart, that current leader at that time is the one that chooses.
Is there a rule, Aiden, if the current leader at that time doesn't fire by a particular point, the outside or the inside, the car that's beside the current leader can fire?
So when as I said, the leader can choose when to fire in or around, but if the front row hits the cone, I have to throw the green right there, the race starts. Now, we have the other rule, the leader has to cross the start line first as well. So if second place does get a jump, we have to give it back, and we tell him that over the receiver or the one-ways, and we tell him, you got to give it back. He gets even with them or just gives him a little bit of advantage, and then we say, okay, you're clear, you can go.
Okay, final question. As far as decision-making, whether it's a false start or there's an incident on the track that maybe a car or driver need to be penalized, how does that decision process happen as far as you, race director Sean Gibbs, or anyone else?
So once we see a wreck and we'll call it on the radio, say wreck in turn 4, for example. And once we say wreck in turn 4, Sean calls put it out or yellow or caution or whatever you'd like to say at that time. And then he'll direct our safety crew where to go and what to do. At that point, we kind of try to stay off our radios and let the safety crew do what they need to do. But at the same time, Sean in the tower, thankfully Rogers TV, we love having you here. We do use the replay quite a bit sometimes to get the really difficult calls. But if there wasn't anything on replay, then yes, they'll start going to me. Or if I didn't see it, they'll go to other people we have in the corner. Anybody with a radio that's seen it, we'll try to make the call as best and as fair as possible.
Well, I appreciate your time, and good luck the rest of the way in your first season as Flagman here at Delaware Speedway.
Thank you, Chris.
Aiden Maynard, Flagman here at Delaware Speedway. All right, that was Aiden Maynard, a little feature we did last week. Thank you very much for Aiden for taking time out to talk with us. Thank you to Chris Burkholz for doing the camera work, walking backwards that whole time. But for the most part, I think that Aiden's done a fantastic job filling some big shoes left by Scott Mackey.
Yeah, Aiden's done a great job. He makes me a little nervous sometimes. He likes to stand 1 foot. He gets super into it, which I love to watch, but from this angle, we can see how off balance he is.
But you know what else he does? He plays batons with the flags. He spins them like crazy. If we ever get a chance to, I think it's coming to 2 to go and coming to the halfway because he's got 2 flags in his hand, right? And he starts doing the baton when the leaders are in the backstretch getting ready to show them on the front stretch. It's I can't believe he doesn't drop a flag. That's for sure. 2 to go.
Yeah, I see a lot of that with flagmen that come from dirt to asphalt, especially. A lot of the dirt the dirt flagman gets super into it. It's fun to watch. Troubles on the 15.
Yeah, Mike Herniak Jr. Darrell Lake's going to be the pole car here for the feature. The points leader, Trevor Culver, is going to start 9th. It'll be Edgar and Lake on the front row, Wilds and Van Steensel row number 2, Ramsey and Cox row 3, Rickwood and Hudson Nagy row 4, Culver and Dyson row number 5. Yeah, if you're, I think the boys in the truck are gonna get him for us at some point. Coming to halfway or coming to 2 to go. You watch. We're gonna see some baton throwing here. Hayden getting ready, top left with the green flag in his hand. Lights off the pace car. Bottom right, Darrell Lake will bring him to the line. Super stock feature. Ready to go. For 25 laps. Green flag racing with the super stocks. Lake will lead him out of turn number 2. Edgar in the second. Wilds getting pressured by Ramsey. First off right in the middle. Underneath and roll in for the 3rd spot. Let's take you down Rogers TV trackside below the flagman. Super stocks coming at you. The field will rumble through turns 1 and 2. Lake out front. Ramsey all over Edgar for 2nd. Rickwood to the inside of Wilds for 4th. And Culver's come out of nowhere, already to the 6th spot.
Yeah, it started at 9th spot, already up to the 6th spot. Everybody's got to keep Culver behind them if they want a shot at this race.
Yeah, they do that by staying low if they can in the corners, because that's where the one loves to go. Down on the apron. Rickwood is on the apron in front of Trevor. Carson Nagy trying to pass the brother Hudson to get behind the one. Lake trying to get away. There's the 83 Rickwood 4 and Edgar. 1 is Culver. Culver trying to get the 4 spot now. They're about 6 car lengths behind the lead pair. Lake and now Ramsey's caught him. Caution on the speedway.
Yellow.
We got a big wreck, and both cars turned the other way. It's Wilds and the 00 Jay Cox. Wow.
And under Jay Cox is Cody Wilds.
Yep, the window net coming down on the 00. Obviously can't see the status of Cody Wilds. Let's see what we got here, Kate. Oh, it started early.
So Wilds got sideways. I didn't see how. And kind of collected, I think, the 00. I'm trying to see where everybody was, and
yeah, it looked like maybe Cody came down on the nose of Jay, and they both spun, obviously.
Yeah, I wasn't able to quite see whereabouts. Oh, Wilds is out of the car.
Okay, so we're gonna top right corner here, Kate.
So you see the yellow car come into view.
Yeah, maybe 00 got into the 14.
I think. I don't know. From that angle, from what we can see, I'm not sure if the 00 fully got into the 14. It looked like the 14 was coming down the track. Like the 14 was almost like loose coming off the corner and just kind of fishtailed down.
00 was already sideways.
So they're gonna.
But I think the 00 may have been slightly sideways, but to me it looked like the 14 was loose coming off the corner.
So they're gonna hook into the 00 here. And clear the driver's side of the 14. Jay's remaining in the cockpit. Window net came down right away. Oh, there's Cody to the left of your screen talking with Jordan Maudsley from the track.
So Cody Wilds is saying that somebody got loose, got into him. It was a racing incident. Nobody was really at fault. So he's going to know better. He was in car, but like I said, it just looked like both cars kind of went sideways. I mean, his being a nice bright yellow car coming off that corner in the back of that shot was perfect because we could at least see where his car was.
I think Cody just checked in with Jay to make sure he was okay as well.
Yeah.
And obviously, I would assume, climbing out the passenger side. And taking a little bit of the 14 with the 00 here.
Up and removed. Big round of applause for the tow crew down
Both
there.
drivers okay. Jay still in the cockpit. Cody just on the other side of pit wall there. Under caution here, super stock feature. And the field's going to be asked, because we are under red flag conditions. So red flag conditions, the field is asked to stop as quickly as they can and as safely as they can. And they can only move if the safety crew or officials tell them to move. So they're being asked to move around to turn 4 here. Another replay. Oh, our trackside camera. Oh, that's a hard hit.
Orr was in there too. Lucas Orr.
Oh, the 57, okay.
57 was in there as well. At the back end of Wild, I expect to see some damage on the front nose of the 57 as they come around as well. I'm not sure if somebody got Wilds a little bit loose, maybe even two.
Chris, can we see that? Can we see that again from the Okay, they're working on another shot for us here in the truck, if I'm not mistaken, under red flag conditions, super stock feature. Okay, what do they have for us in the truck here, Kate? Oh, we're at the trackside cam.
Watch here. So Wilds gets loose and goes around, but there's the 57 right in behind. So I don't know if the 57 was a part of it or just the end of it.
Well, the 14 was definitely it was squirmy. I don't know if that was to do with the 57 or just on
or
the
the
zone,
00
right?
on the inside. So very hard to tell.
We go again here? Yeah, we go again.
So we're getting one more.
Left side of your screen by the stairs. So 14 is already loose, I think, off the front of the 57.
The 57 or the 00, because the
Or the
57
00.
looks a little bit further back in that.
And the 57.
When we slow it down.
The hood issue on the 57 damage might be from the back of the 00. You're right.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe the 57 caught a little bit of the 00. The 00 got a little bit of loose, went into the 14. So we'll watch it again at full speed, and we'll see what we can gather some more of here.
Probably have the next explanation.
That's a pretty good hit.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good hit before they even got to the wall. So they got the 14 on the hook now.
Some serious damage to the left side of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage there, as you can hear the track announcers. The 14 of Cody Wilds. And the truck trying to,
that front clip's a little bit hurt, and so is the roll cage. But roll cage kept him safe. That's the best part. Both drivers are A-OK.
Field's been moved over to turn 4. As mentioned, they are allowed to move under red flag conditions only if they're asked to by safety crew or track officials.
7 of Pete Vanderwist Jr. is also on the inside. I don't know if they're going to go to work on that once red flag's lifted. But here it is here.
As to what exactly happened there.
That hit there is on the 00. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the 57 into the back of the 00 into the 14.
And I think the 57's hit on the 00 is what suspended Jay high on top of the 14, Kate, I think.
And I think the 57 probably driving through after, maybe from that angle might not be as good as if we were right on it.
Right.
So without being inside the car, without being down there, I don't really want to place blame on any driver. Cody Wilds isn't either. He's just saying somebody got loose. It's a racing incident. So I'm going to say we'll go with Cody Wilds. It's a racing incident on this one. But we should see some damage to the 57 as they go back under yellow flag conditions as well.
Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Blow out all candles before you leave the room or go to bed.
Never leave a burning candle unattended.
When you go out, don't forget to blow out.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mario Elia, host of Keeping London Healthy here on Rogers TV. Join us Wednesdays at 6:30 where we discuss health topics relevant to you and bringing on experts in the field to give you the best, most up-to-date information. See you then.
In baseball, there's nothing more important than making it home.
George Springer has tied the game.
Doesn't matter how you get there.
It's gone!
But I do it with style.
Boy, has he got some kind of power.
And a little swagger, too.
Because no matter where you happen to be,
What a play!
There's only one place.
Jays fans call home.
Sportsnet. Sportsnet.
Sportsnet.
Sportsnet, home of the Blue Jays.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Here is why we are under caution.
So watch that yellow car. It's turning to the inside. 00 and 57 also involved. We think from every camera angle that we looked at, the best possible explanation can be that maybe the 57 of Orr might have tagged Jay Cox into Cody Wilds, and there you see the 14 machine. They're trying to get that off the hook.
Pacing double file again. They've moved Culver back to the 5th spot. He'll start inside row 3. Darrell Lake's your leader. 07 is Ramsey. Then it's Edgar and Rickwood. And then Culver and Hudson Nagy. Carson Nagy, Van Steensel. Dyson Menzie, Kuykendall, and Vanderwist Jr. And now they got to clean a spill. This one's in turn 4. Where did that come from? Maybe, you know what? That was when they were stopped under red. Somebody might have been leaking something while they were parked over there.
Could it be the 57? Well, the 8's headed down pit road, so
I don't know if the 57...
that's possible. I think the 57's already in the pit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
So Kuykendall, they're going to take a look under that machine. Oh, I see the 57. It's in the pit area as well.
So cleaning up a spill in turn 4, and that's right in the racing groove, so they got to take care of this as best as they can. And that gives the 8 team a little bit of time here.
I think the 8 team's just trying to do some adjustment. It looks like there's more work going down on the 57. That's over by the Luna trailers and the opening there.
Just making sure we got the field in the right order.
So under caution here, we did have a red flag at status, and then went to caution, and we were going to restart them, and then we had a leak from possibly when the cars were parked on the under the red flag.
Yeah, we're waiting to hear what happened. It was hard to see.
All right, left front tire off the 57 after Orr parked. So the 57 was on the track for the red flag. Watch the left.
Yeah, we're leaking there.
Yeah, it's leaking right now. Look at that.
Chris Soares and King Friel on the call here.
Perfect.
What a shot.
Great job by our camera team and our people in the truck, making sure that they could find that footage for us.
Absolutely.
Every Friday night.
Absolutely.
What other place, other track in all of Ontario?
Above our pay grade.
Live feed, YouTube, and Rogers channel.
The phrase of the night.
Cleaning up in turn 4 here, still under caution.
And you got Kate and Chris on the call.
Uh, 77 at Darrell Lake is the leader. We're going to pause while they clean up turn 4 here. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febri. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
Presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Chris Orris, Kate Friel, top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady down the trackside. And here's another look at why we are under caution. Yellow car. Cody Wilds, 00 Jay Cox, 57 Ethan Orr, 3-car collision. And then when we were under red, the field was asked to stop in turn 4. There you see the 00 Jay Cox. He came onto the track, Kate, now back into the pits. They had to clean up a spill in turn 4 because Ethan Orr, although involved in the incident, stayed on the track. They parked them in turn 4, the whole field, and we saw the leak going down the track. Oh, here we go. Watch the left rear tire of that blue car. Just around the left rear, you'll see the fluid start to come down the track. Watch out of the shade.
Yeah, right out of the front tire there. It's going to start rolling down the track. So I'm wondering if that's a rad, if it's more. So the 57 is in the pits. 00 is back in the pits. They did try to come back out. I wonder if they were kind of hopping a little bit. 15 of Herniak Jr. is back into the pits as well. So
still to come, our late model feature, our bone stock feature as well. And just a reminder, if you're used to following on live timing and scoring on Race Monitor, it's not available tonight. Issues with the system here at the track. And just a programming note for those of you who follow with us and watch with us regularly, which we truly appreciate. We will not be broadcasting here next week. We will return in a couple weeks' time. White flag on the Speedway. Lights off the Delaware Speedway pace car. It's the Lake and Ramsey up front. Edgar and Rickwood, row number 2. Culver, Hudson Nagy, row number 3. Culver started 9th. He's now 5th in less than 5 laps. And he starts on the inside, the patented groove for the 1 car, who's been red hot the last month. Here we go. After a lengthy delay, ready for a restart. Out of turn 4, Lake will bring him to the line. And green flag with the super stocks. Rickwood immediately goes to the inside. And Culver got trapped up. And Culver's back to 7th. Wants to go 3 wide on Edgar. 3 wide into turn number 3. And makes a valiant effort and gets by Brandon Edgar. Van Steensel trying to fight back on the outside. Culver lost the spot early, but got it back side by side for the lead at the front of the field. And Lake very loose. And Ramsey to the front of the field. He won his heat race tonight as well. Ramsey looking for some bonus points. He'll get a bonus point for leading this lap. Now he wants to lead the most and then win the feature for multiple bonus points.
Yeah, Lake kind of checked up there as he got a little bit loose. So then Rickwood checked up. Unfortunately gets pushed to the high side. Underneath him goes Carson Nagy. And look no further in the 5th spot. It's the 1 of Trevor Culver right back up to the front 5.
Yeah, the key for this field, if you've been watching, oh, big wreck in turn 4. Dyson on top of another car. Van Steensel around. That was Brandon Edgar involved. And a caution in turn number 4 again. And we're going to stay yellow. Edgar with major damage just crossing the start-finish line. Van Steensel 71, Dyson in the 28. There's Edgar in the 4. Dyson doing double duty, super stock and late model tonight. Replay here, and might be our turn. No, it's our top of the roof cam here. Kate?
Yeah, so the 4 of Edgar goes to the inside of Van Steensel.
Oh, Edgar went up the track, I think.
Yeah,
Kate.
I think.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then kind of slowed down, but also came back down the track and collected Dyson.
It's a matter of, because you have fenders there, it's a matter of millimeters how a car can ride up a tire of another car. Like, it's amazing. There's not a lot of tire that's showing outside the body there, Kate, to have that happen.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, especially at these speeds and in the corners. Watching it back here again. So Dyson's right there. He brakes a little bit earlier than they do going into the corner. But Edgar kind of comes up onto Van Steensel. Van Steensel goes around. Edgar just puts on the brakes.
Yeah,
right in the racing groove. And
Dyson's tire hit the other tire perfectly to have that happen. But if we see that again, Kate, watch the left front tire of the Edgar machine. He's fighting that car in the corner. Like, you could see the wheel turning left, you could see the wheel turning right. I think it was tight going into the corner. I think maybe he just washed up a little bit as safety crew is in turn 4 with the Dyson machine. The 77 of Steensel's already gone. And Ethan Orr at 57 returning from the earlier incident. Okay, watch the replay here. Watch the left front tire, Kate. Left, right. You see it turning right there and then back to the left?
Yeah, definitely fighting the race car through that corner, and it's just enough. Yeah, you want to avoid the 71, but so slow in that racing groove. That was just bad placement for Dyson to be in that aspect.
As mentioned, Dyson doing double duty tonight, super stock and late model.
Dyson's also got a lot of people here to watch some racing tonight, so tough for that 28 team. Team, I think, is down there watching back the replay as well to see if there's anything that they can fix. I can see them all standing in the pit stall, hovered around a phone.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So we're under caution again for the second time for a second major incident here in the super stock feature.
Maybe they'll realize they're on camera and smile.
Maybe they're hopping on our YouTube channel looking for another replay, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like they were watching it back, so.
Under caution here, super stock feature. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Ray saves you money, and that's the key on Chevy, Buick, GMC. Ray Cullen Chevrolet. You should drive by Ray today.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university, so they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet, and you can show your support for Delaware Speedway with the latest 2025 season merchandise, from classic hoodies and comfortable t-shirts to stylish hats. There is something for every race fan, whether you're watching from the grandstands or following the action from home. You can shop online anytime at DelawareSpeedway.com. Order now and represent the excitement of Delaware Speedway in style. Under caution here, second time for a second major incident, Kate, and this is why.
Yeah, the 4 of Edgar goes to the inside of the 71 of Van Steetzl. Fighting that car, makes a touch of contact there. Around goes Van Steetzl, but it's the 4 that kind of slows up in that racing groove, and catastrophic for the Dyson crew. They're going to work in the pits. Looks like the tow truck's just dropping that off now.
The 00 Jay Cox coming back into the race. We're under white flag now. There is the 28 pit. And the field ready and set to go for a restart. Ramsey, your leader, trying to build on a heat race win earlier tonight, trying to chip away at that Culver lead, grabbed 4 points off that Culver lead from the heat race. Already has a bonus point for leading a lap, trying to lead the most here and take it to the checkers. Here they come out of turn number 4. Ramsey and Lake on the front row, green flag racing with the super stocks. Rickwood, Hudson Nagy, Culver, and Carson Nagy. Culver to the inside. Rickwood needs to stay on that bottom and protect. You know Culver wants the apron. will pass on the apron as many times as he can get. Rickwood hugs that apron and into the inside wall as Ramsey gets away. We have an update from Jeremy. Jeremy, go ahead.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I got an update here on the 28 machine. The team is currently working on the front of the car. It looks like they're going to try to get this thing back out on the track as quick as possible. Right now, they're still working on it. I'll send it back up to you guys for more.
All right, Jeremy, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Love when he gives us updates on the fly. That's fantastic. There's Hudson Nagy in the 36, Lake in the 77. That's a battle for fourth. Culver up to third already. Rickwood cannot protect. And Culver trying to get to the inside here. Rickwood trying to get down low. And he's going to dive down there. But Culver's already there. And Culver will get to the door and draw even. If you can't protect the inside against the one car, you might as well give him the spot. And Culver from 9th to 2nd. And we'll try and track down Ramsey. Rickwood back to 3rd. Hudson Nagy 4th. Carson Nagy 5th. That is your top 5. Vanderwist Jr. in 6th. Lake in 7th. Or, I think, might be a lap down. Van Steensel in 8th. As the leaders come around and complete another lap. Hudson Nagy looking to the inside of Rickwood in that 83. That's your battle for 3rd on screen right now. Rickwood in the 83, Hudson Nagy in the 36.
It looks like the 83 is really struggling to keep that car down in the corners, and it keeps looking like it is trying to push its way out of the corner, up the track, and that's opening that inside to drivers like the 1 of Trevor Culver, but also now to the 36 of Hudson Nagy.
And the 28 of Dyson returning to the track, but might come back into the pits, slow on the backstretch. He'll stay out there. And waiting for the field to go by, I think. Yes, he was. He'll try and get back up to speed. Leaders in turns 1 and 2. And Culver is tracking Ramsey down. Slowly but surely. Hudson Nagy 3rd, Rickwood 4th, Carson Nagy 5th. Vanderwist Jr. and Lake, your top 7.
The 28 of Ryan Dyson just went by us on the front stretch, and it's got a nice pop in that front end of that vehicle. I would expect that to go back to the pits and go right on the trailer. I think he's done for the night.
Yeah, unfortunately, 150 special guests in the 2018 here tonight in attendance. There are your leaders. Completing another lap into turn 1 and up the hill in turn 2 and down the back. They'll go to the high side of the Ada Kuykendall. Can anybody stop the 1 of Trevor Culver? He's been so dominant the last month, and now you can tell Ramsey not used to running that lower groove. I'll tell you, if he doesn't protect that apron, Culver's going to get him. Culver's there now. Ramsey, the Department of Defense here in the Super Stock feature. We'll get down. Oh, he got loose. Or sorry, tightening when you up the track, and Culver taking advantage. Trevor Culver to the inside, Ramsey on the outside. This will be no match here. And the 1's going to grab the lead. And new leader from 9th to 1st, Trevor Culver. Oh, crossover! Oh, and Ramsey almost got into him. He pushed the 1 up the track, but lost some track position as well.
Well, Ramsey just did what he did the last time by. He locked up the brakes. That's what the little bit of sparks that you're going to see coming out of the back end of that vehicle was. Locks up the brakes, and that was part of the problem. That's why he got washing up the track or a little bit tight, is because he locked up the brakes. Here's a look back at it right here as the 1 of Culver comes up on the back end of Ramsey, looks to the inside. You're going to watch Ramsey lock up the brakes right there, causing Culver to be able to kind of muscle his way to the bottom.
Culver out front, Ramsey, Hudson Nagy, and Rickwood your top 4. Division has been the 1 at Trevor Culver, coming from 9th to 1st.
So we thought that he maybe locked up his brakes, but when they look a little bit back at the footage, we do see that maybe he is just bottoming it out on his shocks. Let's take another look here.
And watch the left front tire of Ramsey too, trying to correct as well in the middle of the corner.
There it is right there.
Now watch the tire. See them turn it to the right? He's trying to catch that back end. Loose in the corner. And Culver jumping all over that mistake.
Yeah, when the whole front end of the car sits down onto the track and it's kind of getting that friction to stop, we got a caution.
Caution on the speedway. We got
Kuykendall and Menzie around in turn 2.
And the third caution of the Superstock feature. There's the 8 of a Kuykendall. Menzie is down and away. So the third caution here, Superstock feature. That'll bring the field back together, give Ramsey another shot at Culver. And Trevor Culver, anybody got anything for that one car? We haven't seen anything in the last month or so. And trying to take it to the checkered flag. Get your stopwatches out if he does. Last feature race, Trevor Culver, 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go through all the sponsors. And credit for him for doing it. I couldn't remember all that stuff. I know he's reading some of them on the car, but most of them come from his head. And he's trying to get to victory lane again tonight. There you see Ramsey, bottom right, currently third in the points. Culver is your points leader. Hudson Nagy was catching the 0-7. There you see Hudson, bottom right, at 36. In the third spot, we'll start inside row number 2.
In the office.
I'd love to tell you how many laps are left, folks, but we have no live timing and scoring and no scoreboard here at the track. So I'm keeping an eye on Aiden down in the flag stand for any indication. He's asking a couple cars to switch here. Van Steensel ahead of Menzie in the lineup.
I'm not too sure if my wife allowed me to have that right in the living room, but I can always.
But it's Culver, Ramsey, Hudson Nagy, Rickwood, and Carson Nagy, your front 5. Coming up next will be the Bone Stock feature. Kudos to our scorers too tonight. They're doing retro scoring, pen and paper, and a light. 20 laps are done, 5 to go here. White flag on the speedway. Thank you very much to the truck. Chris and Scott doing a great job in the truck. Our volunteer people behind the cameras doing a fantastic job as always tonight. 5 laps to go when we restart. It'll be Culver and Ramsey front row, Hudson Nagy and Rickwood row number 2. Big start here for Ramsey because Hudson Nagy was catching them last green flag stint, and Ramsey will start on the outside. Hudson Nagy will start inside row 2. Opportunity here for the 36.
And we'll also see if they've worked everything out.
Yeah, and for the 93 of Carson Nagy, trying to get some valuable point positions here to stay on pace in the points battle. Here they come. Green flag racing with the Superstocks, 5 to go. Ramsey will duck down early. And I thought he was going to get in the back of the 1, but that didn't work. Going to try and stay with the 1 here. Hudson Nagy to 3rd, Carson Nagy to 4th, and we got 2 cars around again. In turn 2, it's Menzie and Kuykendall for their second dance of the night. And another caution. This time Kuykendall rolls away and Menzie is still there. So the same 2 cars getting involved with one another. And Menzie is going to roll away, see if Menzie comes into the pits here. No, going to stay on the track. Ironically, Kuykendall will start at the back of the field, and so will Menzie. What do we have here? Did they catch it?
Bottom of the screen. They're already going around, but it looks like Kuykendall's in the side of the 5.
Yeah, so maybe the 5 started to spin on his own, and the 8 got nowhere to go, maybe.
We also don't fully know what happened the first time that they went around, so maybe I'll keep an eye on this restart at the back of the pack and see if there's fireworks back there too.
Well, still 5 to go because they didn't complete that lap. And another opportunity for Ramsey in that 0-7. Culver got him on the start, had half a car length by the line on the restart. Hudson Nagy, Rickwood, row number 2. Carson Nagy, Vanderwist Jr., row number 3. Lake and Van Steensel, row number 4.
Culver, your point leader will be the control car.
White flag on the speedway.
Chris, there's still 15 to go.
I thought it was
They're
a
doing a
25 lap.
35 lap.
Oh, 35 laps. My apologies. We have no light up here. I thought it was 25.
25 for the bone stocks,
Okay.
35 for the super stocks, and 35 for the late models.
Thank you, Kate. Always quick to correct me whenever she can.
It's my favorite part of the night.
Figured. We've been trying to get you behind camera for half the season. Behind camera. Here we go.
He tried, he failed. You're welcome, everybody.
Culver, restart. We'll lead him back.
Hudson Nagy will restart.
Ramsey on the outside, and a great jump by Culver. Even better this time. Hudson Nagy's to the inside of Ramsey now. Maybe Hudson's got something for the one. As the field will roar down the back. Hudson Nagy to the door of the 07. Ramsey trying to fight him off. Carson Nagy's there as well. They need to settle this quickly before the one gets out of range. Oh, the 07's almost around, and the 93 almost got back into him. Right underneath the nose cone and the rear bumper of the 93 of Carson Nagy.
And while you were keeping an eye on that, Darrell Lake and Brody Rickwood were racing hard. Rickwood got loose, and then the 7 almost checked up into him. He was completely sideways right behind that.
Here we go.
So the 36 drives it in, and then Ramsey just gets loose on the outside, and everybody checks up there as well.
Leaders top left as we go back live at the front of the field. Culver. Oh, Lake is around, look out! Vanderwish Jr. almost hit him hard and stayed off him. Another caution. And that was a spin on his own, or maybe it wasn't. Because the 77 quick to gas it down the backstretch. I think the 77 went around on his own, and Vanderwish spun and almost hammered him on the door side, or on the driver's door side of Darrell Lake, and stayed off him. To the replay we go.
Carson Nagy is behind Darrell Lake.
Oh, he did get it.
Carson goes. Darrell doesn't. Well, Darrell does go, but he went around.
Yes, my apologies. I thought Darrell spun in his zone, had maybe a little bit of help there. And
Pete Vanderwish Jr., way to keep that off of the vehicle in front of you.
Absolutely. So under caution again, super stock feature. A lot of cautions in this feature with this division, a couple of pretty big wrecks. And then I think this is our 5th caution.
Carson just took
and in this 35 lap feature.
77 got a hair loose or what?
So Lake is in the. I thought I saw Darrell come into the pits, getting checked on by the crew. Another replay here. Here they come.
Yeah, just off the front of the 93. Darrell Lake's at his trailer. I think they're just doing a check there.
So under caution for the 5th time here in this super stock feature from a Delaware Speedway. Trevor Culver remains your leader and has beaten Ramsey on the last 2 restarts. Now he's got Hudson Nagy to worry about, and he's got Ramsey inside row 2. I don't know. If you're Ramsey, how bad do you want the lead? Are you going to put a little bumper to the one here? Another replay.
This is the. There goes Lake right around. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of damage on the front nose cone of the 77. Good job by Vanderwish Jr. to stay off him. And we're just making sure the track is cleaned up and ready to go. Still have a safety vehicle on the track in turn 1. And will we see the white this time by? No, we will not. So we'll do at least another lap of caution. There's the 57 of Orr returning. Oh, we do get a white flag right at the last second. White flag on the speedway. Lights off the Delaware Speedway pace car. Culver, Nagy front row, Ramsey, Rickwood second row. Then it's Jay Cox in the 00. Can you believe that? Involved in the first major wreck of the feature, and he's back up to 5th alongside Van Steensel. Menzie, Van der Wisch Jr. row number 4. Then it's Carson Nagy in row number 5 along with Kuykendall. Then Lake or Herniak Jr. Can Hudson Nagy time this start by the 1? Here they come. Not bad. Can Ramsey get there? Ramsey gets to the inside of Nagy. Ramsey trying to repay the favor. Rickwood there as well in the 83. Culver goes really high there. And Ramsey will grab the second spot. Culver, Ramsey, Hudson Nagy, and Rickwood, your front 4. And Ramsey trying to get to that rear bumper of the 1. If he gets there, will he use it? Hudson Nagy trying to stay in touch with the leaders at the 36 right there. They've lost the 83 of Rickwood, about 6 car lengths back. Culver uncharacteristically going high in turns 3 and 4 the last 3 laps.
I wonder if all these caution laps have kept some heat in the tires that maybe they weren't planning on keeping in the tires, and the expanding of the tires, maybe it's thrown off.
Look, he looks tight. He looks really tight as he drifts up the track. That's the 4th time now. But Ramsey's not close enough to do anything about it. I'm sure Ramsey sees that condition, just can't get to him. Turn 3 again. Watch the 1. There you go. See above that dark patch in the track area.
Yeah, I think that the setup in that car is kind of going away here, as it's been so many stops and starts that maybe those tires have grown just a little bit too much.
But as mentioned, it's okay as long as the 07 and the 36 can't get to him. Hudson Nagy looks to the inside of Ramsey. Will shut the door again. Oh, there he is. Little contact there. And Ramsey will keep the spot. Rickwood trying to stay in touch in 4th. Carson Nagy all by himself in 5th. And it's the Van der Wisch Jr., Lake, Cox, Van Steensel, and Orr. Kuykendall's very loose. He almost lost on the inside wall. Now he's in front of the leader, heading into turn 3. He forces the leader to the high side. The 8 car needs to stay down low, and he will. Battle for the second spot. Ramsey and Hudson Nagy. And almost some more contact there off the nose of the 36. Leaders on a turn 4 another time.
Lake just got loose again, battling the 7 of Pete Van der Wisch Jr. Lake was on the inside and then just got loose and checking up.
Here they come down the back. 2 to go next time by. Ramsey and Nagy. Oh, there we got him. The boys gave it to us. There's Aiden doing his little tricksters. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 to go. That time by.
And there's that 1 foot in the air.
Up the hill in turn 2 and down the back. Culver, battle for second. Ramsey and Hudson Nagy. White flag this time by for the 1 of Culver. Dominant machine the last 5-6 weeks here in the Super Stock division. He started 9th tonight. And with the help of a couple of cautions and some passing under green, of course, made his way to the front. And now he's way out in front. Get your stopwatches ready. Victory Lane celebration coming up for the 1 of Trevor Culver. Checker flag.
Nick Ramsey, Hudson Nagy, Brody Rickwood, Carson Nagy, followed by Pete Van der Wisch Jr., Darrell Lake. And I'm not sure where Orr, Cox, And Van Stietzel kind of shake into that because I know that some cars were a lap down.
Yeah, absolutely. Lake was the last car in the lead lap, I think. But obviously, unofficial at this time. We know the winner, barring anything that happens in Tech Garage, is the one.
I'm pretty confident up to Lake. And then I didn't have pen and paper. I wasn't scoring.
Me too. Trevor Culver, your Super Stock feature race winner. We will hear from the winner.
He's going to turn around. His signature be driver's door to the fans.
Yes, made famous by the late, great Alan Kowicki. Turning around and having the driver's side close to the fans to acknowledge the fans. Coming back to Victor Lane to get interviewed by Jordan Mozzie. We will hear from the driver of the one car momentarily. Still to come, Bone Stock 25 lap feature, late model 35 lap feature here at Delaware Speedway on Friday evening. And there's the one crew checking tire temps, always taking numbers down. Car readings, of course. And Trevor's starting on buckle now, getting congratulated by some of the crew members. From 9th to 1st, a strong car. I don't know if anyone has anything for this one car down the stretch here this season, because we haven't seen it in the just over a month now. As he's set to climb out of the one car, there he is, Trevor Culver, winner of your Super Stock feature race tonight. And we'll acknowledge the crowd. And we will send it momentarily down to Jordan, who will speak with Trevor, get his comments on this feature race. Let's go down trackside.
Take me through your evening.
Yeah, it was a tough heat race. Just kind of got boxed in and a whole bunch of traffic there. We had to start at the back, obviously. Just a lot of good race cars out there tonight. Before the feature, we just kind of all said to each other, we got a good car, we got a really good team, we're going to work together here, pick them off one by one, and it took a while to get to the front, but once we got to the front, this thing was hooked up pretty good.
And you got a lot of people you want to thank down here.
Yeah, there's no way that myself or any other racer could get to the racetrack without all the help from all the people that care about them. And I've got the biggest support system of anyone you could ever ask for, and I'm so thankful for that. I got to thank my sponsors, Inventory Express Lubricants, Carter Trucking, Hodgins Custom Service, DK Equipment, MGV Concrete, Wild Sprinting, For Pizza's Sake in Ilderton, Fix Auto, London Northwest, Novus Glass, London Northwest, J.O. Hay and Livestock. I got to thank, this is bad. I got to thank Mr. Transmission on Exeter Road. I got to thank Mark Kennedy Trucking, Outback Tire Shack, G&L Automotive. Quadro Communications, they're having a big open house at their Lucan location tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. This car was just as fast as Quadro Communications Internet. Big thanks to those guys for their support. Ali Hassan and FC Funding, Ahmed Wakas and Lux Homes. Melrose Garage, Culver Towing, Hallmark Memorials. There's so many people here, all these sponsors. My wife, my daughter, my mom, my dad, my stepdad, my stepmom, my brother, my crew guys. Daryl Stanley, that guy comes over and puts more blood, sweat, and tears in this thing than I do some nights when I have late nights at work. I can't thank him enough for all of his help. Alan Gold, Mason Culver, Sue Jones, Tanner Peary. I got to thank Delaware for giving us a great place to race. I got to thank you guys for doing a good job calling these races. And a big thanks to you race fans for coming out and watching a good show.
Trevor Culver makes it 4 in a row down here in the inventory.
All right, there you go. You know they love hearing you talk when they roll the next grid right in front of you. We got Bone Stock features coming up next. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
Join the high-energy bodyweight base workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
Jack 102.3, playing hits of the 80s, 90s, and more. So you can have the time of your life again. And again. For hits of the 80s, 90s, and more, listen to Jack 102.3.
Welcome back. A little bit of chaos on the front stretch. Delaware Speedway, they're just clearing from the celebration. The Bone Stock's trying to come through. The official time on the interview, 2 minutes and 10 seconds, record time. The race itself, just over 43 minutes for that super stock feature, and these Bone Stocks are ready to go.
And Trevor's waving them on, I guess. Oh, I think he's still holding up his number one for his win.
Was it the correct finger?
Yes.
Okay.
But he might as well just wave and say hi to everybody. Have a good race. As he goes by.
I've never seen that before, but I will take the hint. If you start rolling the next feature across right in front of your victory lane celebration while you're still on the mic, as he gets set for the Bone Stock 25 lap feature. And it's going to be Will Corey, who had a really good heat race, showed a lot of speed earlier today, and Mitchell Rawlings outside row number 1. Let's check the point starting positions.
I think
looks like Langford's going to start inside row number 7. Alongside the points leader, Colin Wilms, and right behind Langford is the 8 of Verhoeven. So they're going to start 13th, 14th, and 15th, respectively. It'll be Quarry and Rawlings out front. Wollaston inside row number 2. Nathan Rea up there as well in the 26.
I think we should also just give our thoughts to Natalie Cordell and Dana Morneau before this race starts. Ladies, get ready.
Somebody told me who it was. I forget though. The 33 cent.
They don't look as happy. They're shaking their heads no, but it's okay.
Them good luck. We just waved them good luck and said no. Green flag, we're racing with the Bone Stocks. 25 laps. Here they go. They'll roar into turn number 1. And Quarry will grab the lead early from Rawlings. Wollaston in the 11 looking for the 3rd spot. Trescott up there in 5th as well. They'll go 3 wide, middle pack. With Donovan Clark there looking for a spot. And they'll stay 3 wide in turn number 3. 2 sets of 3 wide battles. Fothergill there as well for Verhoeven, but the leaders are trying to get away here. Everybody will complete lap number 1. Leaders trying to get away. Go ahead.
Verhoeven just looked to the inside of Matt Langford as well. Definitely pulled out, so good on him, because I think that would not have been good. They're right in the middle of the field.
Every position on the track is a point. Oh, the 7 of my apologies, the 7 of Jeremy off the pace, very slow, just under the flag stand now. We'll try and get down to the pits here as the leaders are in turn number 3. It's Quarry out front, Wallings in 2nd. The points battle, they're all still together, except Wilms has lost Verhoeven and Langford by about 3 positions on the racetrack.
Yeah, the 7's able to get to the inside wall there. Let's hope that they can limp it to the back opening there. But here's the replay down below. It looks like
contact with the yellow.
Yeah, Rockwood into the back tire of Jeremy. I'm not sure if Jeremy was already slowing down before that, but that was definitely the end piece that we can see.
Fothergill's joined that battle in the points positions. They're all there together, all 5 of them, including the 52. of Donovan Clark. No, Donovan Clark's up to 4th. My apologies. He's 3 spots ahead of Langford. Langford's ahead of Fothergill. Fothergill ahead of Verhoeven. Verhoeven right ahead of Wilms, the points leader. But there's your leader, the 6 of Will Quarry, the double junior late model champ at Grand Bend Speedway a couple years ago. Now leads the 69 of Mitchell Rawlings here at the half-mile track in Delaware. Donovan Clark having a good run. Nathan Rea having a good run. Up to 5th spot for Burns in 6th. Langford's up to 7th. Fothergill 8th. Verhoeven 9th. Wilms 10th.
So the front half of this field, I think, is kind of paced themselves into single file, but we've still got some chaos back from there.
Ironically, this division used to be called the Chaos Cars. Now it's the Bone Stocks. You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
I know you did. Leaders coming up on some back marker traffic, about a half a straightaway ahead of them now, as they'll come out of turn 4 to complete another lap. Passing flag out. Here you see the back marker cars on the inside. Corey will lead Rawlings on the outside here, as they'll come up the turn 2 hill and down the back another time. Donovan Clark up to 3rd, and Clark entered the night, I believe, in 4th in the points. Yes, 4th in the points. Was just 12 behind the leader, Colin Wilms, and 4 behind Verhoeven coming into tonight. And now he's 3rd on the racetrack. So Clark trying to march to the front. Langford has caught Rhea. Oh, caution! Here you see the fender as the 34 is around of Jake Thompson. You saw the fender, and there it is again. Right there, oh sorry, the rear bumper, my apologies. And caution on the speedway. To the replay we go.
So there's the 14 of Hannah Lamont. Just taps the back and then gets him again.
Yeah.
Well, the first one was a tap. The second one was a little bit.
Hannah didn't like how it looked, so thought it was best to just rip it off, apparently. So the 34 is around, brings out the caution, and this is going to get really, really interesting at the front of this field.
But if anybody knows Hannah Lamont, she is probably saying sorry inside that car.
Yeah.
She gives a lot back to the racing community, takes some pictures, makes hero cards for some of the younger racers. So
yeah, she does pit work at Grand Bend Speedway this year, 2025. Takes care of the pits over there at the quarter-mile tri-oval. Make sure everybody is lined up and ready to go. Let's go to another replay here.
Well, there you go, Jake Thompson.
Hannah Lamont to the inside. There's the first tap I'm talking about. The 34 is getting real loose. You see him sawing on the wheel, and then she just keeps driving. Straight through. So Hannah Lamont definitely into the back of the 34.
Will Quarry's your leader. Mitchell Rawlings in 2nd spot. Donovan Clark in 3rd.
And it looks like they're going to put Lamont to the back here as she pulls to the inside and everybody else is going by.
So Langford 7th, Verhoeven 8th, Fothergill 9th, and the points leader Colin Wilms in 10th. And there's Hannah in the 14, back of the field.
Yeah, if you spin and don't hit the wall, it's like no harm, no foul. Yeah, you learned what not
There's
to
the
do.
28 HHR by Chevy.
Good for you.
Of Chris Lawrence. Not good for me. I had help.
You did. Was it help or just, hey, it's this, not this. Get it right.
I'd like to say help. I'm hoping.
Under caution here, bone stock feature.
Kyle Wilms.
They're just relining everybody up.
Yeah, things have been cleaned up in turn number 4. And we're going to go another yellow lap for sure here. No white flag displayed just yet. We're going to move Hannah up a few spots for the lapped vehicles. She's still technically on the lead lap.
Trying to take it all in.
And once again, the reason why we have a little bit longer delay is because we do not have race monitor live timing and scoring. We have 2 ladies doing a great job just to our right. Pen and paper, how it used to be done, just probably, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago.
But 10, 12 years ago, they probably had like 4 of them with pen and paper.
They did.
And
And they actually had sheets that had the racing sheets. It was gridded, everything, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, they are using the gridded sheets. I did see them pull them out. But like I said, Natalie Cordell's normally the timing and scoring. Well, normally when it's done on Race Monitor, easier to follow. The computer's doing some of the work for you.
So what would they be doing?
So she called in some reinforcements.
So take us through this, Kate. What would they be doing? They have all the car numbers down, and they're ticking off as they ticking off beside each number as they complete a lap. But they also have to try and keep them in order, right?
Most of the time, you're going to call. From what I've seen them do in the heat races, it looks like Natalie's calling out the number and then they're writing it down. So 6 crosses, so it's like 6, so on and so forth, right?
And they're putting ticks there so that when you get a caution.
No, I think they're actually writing the numbers down for these guys.
Okay, all right.
And then say a lap car goes around. Well, it's the first time they're lapped, you'll probably circle them. At least that's what I used to do. You'd circle them, and then you would know further on, even when they're coming through, yes, they're already a lap down. Okay, they're a second lap down, you've circled them again.
So here's
that would
the story.
probably be the easiest way, but...
So here's a story back in the day of Enduro. Remember how they used to score Enduros? So each Enduro driver had a fan in the stands. So below us in the stands, back into the left of the flag stand, was the Enduro scoring section. So you had each driver, so suppose you were driving the 52 and I was your scorer. I'd have a big square cardboard display that said 52 in big letters, and there was a scorer at the bottom of the fence that would keep looking up at the stands. And every time I held up 52, they would put a check beside your number, meaning that you completed another lap. That's how they used to score Enduros back in the day. No, I did not age myself. I'm just saying that's how they used to do it.
Where's Kana? She's in the beer tent, that much I know.
But that's true. I watched Enduros back in the day. That's how they scored.
Kana is visiting from Japan.
Unbelievable. I can't even imagine how it was back then.
I thought Colombia
Here we go.
would be the winner, but I think Japan.
I can't confirm or deny, so I got
Welcome
nothing.
back. We just checked in with the memory lane here and getting set for green flag action. Corey and Rawlings up front. Green flag. We're racing with the Bone Stocks. There's Donovan Clark in that white and blue 52. Came into tonight 4th in points. Wants to really do something in the points tonight. And they'll fly down the back. That 52 looks strong. Oh, the points battle. They're 3 wide. Langford in between Verhoeven and Wilms just on top of your screen. And they settled that one quickly. My goodness, that could have been nuts. Corey will lead him into turn number 1.
Yeah, Verhoeven, I think, was in the row behind Langford and Wilms and tried to jump to the inside there.
And there he is again, trying to go 3 wide inside of Nathan Rhea in that 26. And the 33 is Fothergill. That is a battle for 4th, that cluster of cars. Verburn in the 19 will grab the 4th spot. Just a gaggle of cars behind the elite trio that have gotten away. Verburn's not going to try and bridge that gap. Verburn up to 4th. Fothergill to the outside, looking for that 5th spot. Verhoeven trying to follow him through. Langford right behind Verhoeven and Wilms right behind Langford. They won't leave each other alone, Kate.
Yeah, I was getting a little worried. Wilms is on the outside there, Langford in the middle again, and the 26 of Nathan Rea. Wilms kind of backs out of that and decides to take the back seat and maybe follow through on the high side.
Verburn's almost caught that lead trio just ahead of this battle on screen right now. There's the leaders bottom right, completing another lap. Now we'll switch and we'll go top left with the leaders. And the battle for 5th on back, led by Fothergill, who goes up the track. And Verhoeven will make it 3 wide. He'll be the meat in the sandwich that time, and he'll make a pass on 2 cars, and will grab the 5th spot.
He's coming quick.
And put Fothergill down in position. Langford right behind them in that orange and white black car, and then Colin Wilms in the blue car. That's your points battle. There's only 1 car missing. That's Donovan Clark, who's battling for the lead, top left. He's caught the leader. 4th in points, the 52, trying to put a dent in that Wilms lead. And Corey's under siege now at the front of this field. And Verburn's caught Rawlings for 3rd. Nice couple of battles here. Fothergill staying with Verhoeven. There's the Langford 03 bottom right. There's the points leader, the 17 of Wilms. And your leaders working turns 3 and 4. Corey trying to hold on, but Donovan Clark looking racy here in the feature. Clark looking to the inside. Corey trying to protect. Rawlings trying to protect against Verburn for the 3rd position. Meanwhile, Verhoeven's trying to bridge the gap. He's left Fothergill now by about 4 car lengths. Langford's trying to reel Fothergill in, and Wilms is about 6 car lengths behind Langford. Here's your lead battle. They're going to catch a Latin car in the corners here. We'll see how this works itself out. And Corey does a great job using the 20 as a pick. Clark will have to reset the charge here. Verburn has caught the 69 of Rawlings. That's for 3rd. And the front 4, a good quarter of a straightaway ahead of Verhoeven. Now Verburn to the inside. Can he hold it there? He's in position. Verburn to the inside. Back up front. Corey and Clark. Nose to tail at the front of this field. Verburn, Michael Verburn to the inside of Rawlings. Will try and make that pass for 3rd. Verhoeven tracking them down. We'll dive into turn 1. There's the red car, Charlie Verhoeven. Fothergill behind him. Corey hitting his marks right now, Kate. 52 of Donovan Clark having trouble trying to find a gap here as Will's putting the car where he needs to. And as I say that, goes really high, and an opportunity here for Clark. And Corey will get a great run. That left tire came right off the ground in cornering. We'll see that a lot with the Bone Stocks.
Yeah, lap after lap, Corey just keeps needing to run his line and make sure that Clark's staying in his rear view mirror. Well, everything kind of spaces out other than the leaders. Or other than, sorry, the leaders and the lap traffic.
And speaking of lap traffic, there's a ton of lap traffic, a straightaway ahead of the leaders. And Verhoeven's caught the battle for 3rd through turns 1 and 2. Verburn's almost caught that lead pair. And now Verhoeven will go to the inside of Rawlings. They got Thompson to worry about the 34. It's almost going to be a 5-car battle at the front of the field. Here's Donovan Clark looking to the inside. And it's Clark trying to get around the 6 of Corey. Almost a little bit of a tap there. He's right there in the deck lid. And they're coming up to some major traffic here. About a half a straightaway away. There's a ton of cars, nose to tail. And now here's an opportunity as Corey got held up a little bit. They'll go 3 wide into the corner, and Clark can't make it happen. Corey will shut the door again. Into heavy traffic we go. Where does Corey go? He goes high. Clark's with him. Verburn's trying to catch him. He's 3 cars back. Verhoeven is 5 cars behind Verburn.
And we have 5 laps to go, Chris.
5 laps. Thank you so much, Kate. And we got a car around. Lamont's around with Beauchel. Right in front of the leaders. Look out. They're going to slam on the brakes right here at the front stretch. And everybody's going to get by here. Lamont and Beauchel, and I think the silver 20 lost the right side passenger door and is stopped on the racetrack just shy of the turn 1 area. Major leak there. You can see it on our turn 1 camera. Heavy damage on the 14 of Lamont. The 20 is stopped as well. Heavy damage on the right side of the 20. Hannah moving around. Still under caution here. Safety crew checking in on Hannah.
Yeah, tough lick on that wall.
They're going to, safety crew obviously on scene. They're going to bring in the track EMS here. So maybe less than 5, unless the whole field didn't complete that lap, then we will restart with 5 to go. Let's see what we have here, Kate. There's that silver 20. It's involved. Oh, it's involved late. The collision's already happened. Right to your screen.
Yeah.
Now, what happens to the 20? Watch the silver 20. The 20's waving. You can see the driver waving. We have caution. There's cars crashing, trying to communicate with the rest of the field. Don't see what happens there.
Yeah. But take a look here. We'll be looking for 2 orange and black cars.
Oh, it's a hard hit.
Yeah, that looks like right off the front end of the 333, but I can't tell how it transpired.
Oh, there's the collision with the silver car.
Yeah, the silver car was trying to get through.
What a job by Donovan Clark. There's Charlie Verhoeven there. Like right in front of the lead battle, too. And it wasn't a clear racetrack, Kate. There was cars all over the place.
Oh, yeah, there was cars everywhere. And again, we had to go to our speed shot to kind of see if we could catch it. I can't 100% tell if the 333 got into the back of the 14 and sent her into the wall. Regardless of that, we just hope that 14, like, Hannah's moving around in there, so that's great.
Yep.
We just hope that she's okay.
Red flag on the Speedway. We'll step away. Delaware Speedway Racing on it. Rogers TV presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Hey, you want to see a show on Rogers TV that doesn't feature any human stars? Well, you've come to the right place. Watch Crumpet Corner, this brand new show full of laughs and, weirdness, chaos.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Rogers TV presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. There you see the incident right there. We're under red flag conditions late in the bone stock feature. Hannah Lamont in the 14. Heavy hit here on the front stretch. Let's take you to our speed shot camera.
Yeah, off the 333 right into the wall. Nose first, hard hit at speed.
Charlie Verhoeven ran over something and picked it right up underneath the 8 car. Maybe, hopefully for the 8 team, maybe no puncture underneath that 8 car or whatnot. You saw that on that replay. I missed it the first time. There's Hannah right there being helped to the EMS unit. Yeah, they're going to take her to the back of the unit here. And the 14 is going to be taken into the pit area. So there you see the field stopped under red flag conditions. They're not all together, though. There's a stack of 8 cars over in turn number 2, some sporadic cars in turn number 1.
Scorers are up, seeing which vehicles they need to move.
Yeah, when you're doing retro scoring at a racetrack, your job never stops even under red flag conditions. That's for sure.
Red flag conditions might be the easiest of like seeing who you need to move.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although we'd never want to be under red flag condition, especially when a racer goes into the back for medical attention.
Yeah.
So.
If we welcome back up top, Chris Orr's Kate Friel. I was going to see if we could get that speed shot camera replay again because I'm wondering. Oh, we are going to get it. Thank you so much, Chris. So watch the debris come right in front of your screen here after the collision, and the 8 car Charlie Verhoeven's going to come and run over something. There you see is that the piece of debris? No, it's going to come. Oh, it is. It is that debris. So Charlie's going to run over and he's going to pick it up. And it gets caught under the 8 unless he dragged it a few feet. And we missed where it dropped it off. So if you're a fan of the 8 team, Hopefully it didn't cause a puncture or whatnot. We're not seeing any leakage off the 8 right now, parked in turn number 3. And now we're going to go, they're going to move the cars. So we're still under red flag conditions, but race officials have asked the cars to move with the pace car to a certain location. And it looks like Gary and the pace car is going to stop right there. And they're going to ask the field to bunch up in a double file. So they're going to ask them to double up here and stop just on the exit of turn 4. Still to come, late model feature as well as the heat race section of the evening in the B main. Kate Friel ran pretty smooth, but we've had cautions breeding cautions. We've had 3 red flag situations tonight, 2 in the super stock and 1 here in the bone stock. And this night is continuing on, and we even haven't seen the late model feature yet. Oh, there's a problem with the points leader. Colin is upset about something. He's on the apron in turn number 3. The window net is down on the 17. That's your points leader. So something's going on there. Because
or is he talking to his crew? He might be.
Yeah, that's true. There are quite a few people in that perch in turn number 3, just off camera right side. But it looks like he's looking back down the backstretch. So not all the cars have moved here. They've stacked up 7 cars behind the pace car. There's a single car in turn 4, a bunch of cars in turn 3, another stack of cars in turn number 2. So I think they're trying to get the order here on the fly under red flag. And the tow truck, oh no. The tow truck is en route to turn 3. Could this be for the blue 17? The window net is down. And the points leader may be in trouble here. Going to get a push. So no radio communications in the bone stock, so must have had to wave somebody down. Somebody had to get over to the tech garage tow truck area and say, hey, the 17 car in turn 3 needs a push. Wow, that is your points leader, race fans. Some implications here for Colin Wilms. We heard from him earlier tonight with Jeremy.
Yeah, hopefully they're able to get that up and running.
That changes the whole ball game. Because your top 3 in points your second, third, and fourth in points are all stacked up behind the pace car. Now they're going to get the field to come around and join the rest of the field behind the pace car in turn 4. Still under red flag, but they've asked the cars to move. One-way radio communications, only to the drivers from race control, not the other way around. And here they come around to turn 4 to get situated.
That's it. The yellow comes out again.
And the crew going to work in that 17 pit under the hood. That was a quick look to pin the hood back down here. The window net's back up. So Colin looks like he's coming back out here. Now the only thing here, Kate, maybe you can clarify, because I don't know the answer to this, is they've stacked up behind the pace car. Where does the 17 fit in? Does he get his spot back? It is red flag conditions.
Most of the time you can't work on the vehicle during red flag conditions, but it also wasn't rolling, and they pushed him to his pit. I will be interested to see if they put him to the back.
But it's a good point, because even on pit road you can't work on your car under red flag conditions. So if you do work on your car, you get penalized to go to the back.
So the good news is
so I think whether it's in the pit area or on pit road under red flag, you're working on your car, right? See, I think he's being told that right now. This might be huge here.
And they have been told 4 laps left to go.
4 laps left to go here.
Yellow will end the race.
And it's going to be the next yellow will end the race. So they want to shut this feature down here, race fans. That means that the 17 of Colin Wilms has to go to the back. What a huge deficit in points he'll face tonight. Oh my goodness, and he was contending at the front of this field until that incident happened. Obviously something happened to the car while stopped on the backstretch. Now they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with the 17 here. Like, I don't know if you can work on your car, or just have a look at your car under red flag conditions in the pit area or not. We'll see if the 17 stops at the back of the field or gets the spot back, because he was inside the top 7. Oh, I think he's at the back of the field, Kate. Oh my goodness. What a turn of events here in the points battle here in the bone stock division. Colin Wilms coming in tonight with a 4-point lead.
But also, regardless if it would have been yellow or not, I think they still would have put him to the back. He still had to come to the pits and then return to the speedway. So whether it was red or yellow, I think he still would have been scored back to the tail end due to a mechanical issue.
That's a good point for sure. And with only 4 laps to go and the next yellow flag ending the race, or we get to the checkered flag, the 17 is in a huge hole. The other 4 cars he's battling with the points lead are all within the top 7 on the track, with Langford running 7th, Fothergill running 6th, Verhoeven running 4th, and Donovan Clark running 2nd to restart.
Race Meyer and the Jason Meyer.
Now Wilms has been allowed to go past 5 cars at the back, but still a ton of cars ahead of the 17. And is going to try and pick off cars as best he can in 4 laps. White flag on the speedway. So here's the situation. The next yellow will end the race, or checker flag. Late models still to come. 35-lap feature for them. So white flag on the speedway. We'll stack them and repack them after our 3rd red flag of the night. And multiple cautions. This is after our heat race portion of the evening, race fans. If you've been with us the whole evening, you know what I'm talking about. It's been cautions, breeding cautions since we started feature night.
Well, and I also asked Chris Lawrence, because the 33 of Paul Fothergill is a BT racing car. I did ask if there was a weight penalty. Normally, after 2 feature wins, there is a penalty. So I'm just getting confirmation, because they were in the same night, if they still charge that to the 33.
Getting set for a reset and a restart. Will Quarry on the inside, Clark on the outside. I think you're right, because I think when Charlie Verhoeven ran 3 in a row, won 3 in a row, he had a weight penalty after the 3rd race. Maybe not, or was it the 2nd?
After the 2nd, and then another one after the 3rd.
Leaders trying to get away here. Less than 4 laps to go. It's Clark to the inside of Quarry, looking for position. Here comes Charlie Verhoeven on the outside of Verburn. Verhoeven looking for the 3rd spot. Fothergill and Langford trying to follow him through on the outside, and Verhoeven's up to 3rd. Oh, Clark's hooked on Quarry, looked like. And he gets to the inside. They better sort this out quick, because here comes the red number 8 of Charlie Verhoeven. 2 laps to go this time by. Side by side for the lead. This ain't done yet, and Quarry will hold him off again. 2 to go. 1 mile to go here for the bone stock feature. Up the hill in turn 2 and down the back. It's Quarry, Clark, Verhoeven, Verburn, Fothergill, your top 5. And Colin Wilms marred at the back of the field. Way back outside the top 15. Maybe even outside the top 20. Side by side for the lead. White flag on the speedway. They're side by side. Here we go. Half a mile to go. And Clark for the lead. Here comes Verhoeven on the inside. Charlie Verhoeven to the inside of Quarry. Clark trying to hold on. Out of turn 4. It's Donovan Clark, and the line wins it.
Will Quarry followed by Charlie Verhoeven. And then I think it was Michael Verburn, the 33 of Fothergill, the 03 of Matt Langford, Mitchell Rawlings, Nathan Rea. That is what I am 100% sure on.
What a huge night for the 52 of Donovan Clark. What a huge night for the drivers trying to catch Colin Wilms.
As your point leader coming into tonight.
And Colin Wilms taking a huge hit, and the points will drop multiple positions. Outside the top 20, if I'm not mistaken, on the finishing order. It's a point per position.
With Carl Wilms down to third.
Clark will get a bonus point for leading a lap, another bonus point for winning the race, plus the total points for winning the race.
Crunch the numbers while we throw things down to Pennzoil Victory Lane.
And Wilms is going to lose a ton of spots here. We'll hear from Donovan Clark. Been a long time since we heard from the 52 driver. Looking forward to that. Coming into tonight, Wilms had a 4-point lead on Langford. Langford 4 ahead of Verhoeven. Verhoeven 4 ahead of Clark. And Fothergill was 4 behind Donovan Clark. Wilms going to lose multiple spots here. Wilms was 8 ahead. There is Donovan Clark, and now the car will take a track side into Jordan Maudsley.
Donovan didn't have to lead them all, but you led the most important one. Take me through your evening.
Oh man, we had an excellent car all day. Can't thank my dad enough. I mean, I tried this new setup and I guess it works, so I can't complain too much.
There you go. You got a lot of people you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank my dad. I got to thank Clark's Garage and Towing for getting me here every week. Thanks to Pennzoil Victory Lane. Thanks to Dorchester Custom Haulage. Thanks to Lift Hope, Toyota Material Handling, Bone Stocks for putting this division together. Can't thank them enough. I got to thank Stickers and Scuffs, and I got to thank Only Fours. Thank you, guys.
Donovan Clark gets hot at the right time here in the lift.
Late model feature up next. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Steve McCaw from Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Welcome to the 2025 race season. From the Ray Cullen Chevrolet family, we are excited about another great year.
Hi, I'm Kathleen from Hiking with Kathleen. Please join me this season where I bring you on my great adventures of hiking, paddling, and camping. And I bring you up close to wildlife as I see them on my hikes.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Chris Horse, Cape Trail, top of the tower. Jeremy McGrady, trackside. Donovan Clark wins the bone stock feature. Unofficial tally what Kate and I were talking about. Wilms, we think will drop 4 spots in the standings, maybe 5. And Langford might have to lead by 1 or 2 over Verhoeven. Quickly, your last thoughts or your final thoughts on that bone stock feature before we switch to late models.
First, we hope that Hannah Lamont's okay. She made a trip to seek medical attention in the St. John's ambulance. Didn't leave the track that we're aware of. So first off, we hope that she's okay. Second, that was a great race to watch. We got to see some cars move through the field. Tough break for Colin Wilms. But that's what bone stock racing has been this year.
So what do you think might have happened? Because he was running fantastically until they had to stop in turn 3 for a red flag.
I'm going to say it's probably an electrical issue. Wasn't able to fire and had to go to the pits in order to do so.
Big hit for the what's going to be the former points leader. White flag in the speedway. Okay, late models, 35 laps.
We got Beauchamp Jr. and Robley on the front row with Kennedy. And I believe that is Logan White on the outside. Sheridan, Morneau, Schrank, Smith, Mercer, Lawrence, Arts, I'm not sure. I think it's Rawlings, and then it would be Dyson.
Here they come.
Off the field.
35 laps and not a lot of time to get it done. Green flag. We're racing with the late model. Beauchamp Jr. will lead him out of turn number 2 and down the back. Robley right there. Kennedy to the inside of White. Sheridan trying to follow him through. Let's go below the flag stand. Rogers TV, trackside, late models. And Robley to the outside with a show of strength for the 32. And he'll grab the lead. Impressive pass by Robley on the outside.
Robley's passing on the outside, but now Jake Sheridan's headed to try and do the same thing. Look out, here comes the 52. He's on the outside of Jesse Kennedy.
And Sheridan looking really good on the outside as well. And Sheridan will make that pass. Wow.
Smith tags the outside wall coming out of turn 2. Hits just under the scoreboard.
A couple of impressive outside passes. And now Sheridan will shift his focus to the 60 of Ronnie Beauchamp Jr. Looking to the inside, and he got into him. And Beauchamp Jr. will keep the spot. Robley trying to get away here. Sheridan looks really racy. And Kennedy and Morneau trying to follow him through. Robley out front. Beauchamp Jr., Sheridan, Kennedy, Morneau, Schrank. Your top 6. Joe Lawrence trying to get the 7th spot, and will do so from White.
Also, just an update through race control. Hannah Lamont is okay and cleared, just a little banged up, but she's all right.
All right, thank you so much. Sheridan trying to re-engage that battle. Oh, he just kept it off the wall. He rode up that track at turn 2. Beauchamp Jr. under attack here from the 52 of Sheridan, the points leader. Don't leave out the 10 of Jesse Kennedy. Morneau has fallen back into the clutches of Marshall Schrank at the 22. Joe Lawrence trying to bridge that gap from Brady Smith up to Schrank here. Robley still leads. I think Matt Robley's content if it stays green. I think he's content right there where he is. Schrank to the inside of Morneau, battle for 5th. Leaders in the turn 3. There's Sheridan in the 52, Kennedy in the 10. Right behind them, there you see the battle for 5th. Schrank to the inside of Morneau. And here comes the 70 of Joe Lawrence, back up to the battle for 3rd. Sheridan and Kennedy. They'll work turns 3 and 4. And complete another lap. And the leader, the 32 of Matt Robley.
Last week's battle's unfolding again here on the racetrack. Kennedy and Sheridan go to battle again, but this time it's in the 3rd spot.
Morneau losing spots big time. Schrank's gotten by him. Lawrence has gotten by him. Brady Smith has gotten by him in the 0-3. It's falling back. Battle for 3rd down the backstretch. Sheridan, Kennedy. And Beauchamp Jr. has not been able to bite into Robley's lead. That 32 looks really good. The 32's looked good for weeks. Just has run into some bad luck.
Robley looking really good and really racy. Beauchamp Jr. holding his own there in 2nd. And I feel like everybody would like Sheridan and Kennedy to just keep battling amongst themselves in 3rd.
Well, either Sheridan and Kennedy are saving tires, or they've lost or Sheridan's lost the tires, because Sheridan was all over Beauchamp Jr. in the opening few laps. And now that he's actually falling back. Falling back, Morneau's falling back to White in the 21. And that's a battle for 8th. Ray Morneau, 0-3, not looking good tonight. And Beauchamp Jr. is reeling Robley in. The front 2 are getting away here. Sheridan and Kennedy into turn number 1, battle for 3rd. Up the hill in turn 2 and down the back. Jesse just can't find a hole right now on Jake. Now he looks to the inside, and no luck there.
Beauchamp Jr. looks really good in 3 and 4, whereas Robley seems to gain in 1 and 2. So let's see who ends up on top. But right now, Robley's got a good gap going down the backstretch.
Closest battles right now is that battle for 3rd, Sheridan and Kennedy. And that battle for 8th, Morneau and White. Jesse right up tight, looks to the inside again. I'm not sure if Sheridan is driving a little bit too much in the rearview mirror or he's lost a little bit of rubber, because they were all over Beauchamp Jr. a mere 8-10 laps ago. Now look at the gap. And the gap's gotten bigger at the front of the field too for the 32 of Matt Robley. Halfway this time by for the 32, Matt Robley.
Lap after lap, it seems like the field just keeps finding spaces and gaps in between them. Oh no, there's trouble for the 78 of Joe Lawrence on the backstretch. He's pulling to the inside into the pits.
Will stay green on the racetrack. That's exactly what Robley wants, to stay green. He is keeping the 60 at bay. Running his lap times. I'm sure the spotter is telling him, Ronnie is running your lap times right now. He is not gaining on you. Just stay to your lap times. Down the back another time. As far as having to deal with traffic, the next one up for Matt is still a full straightaway away. Work the back another time. Robley, Beauchamp Jr., Sheridan, Kennedy, Schrenker top 5. Morneau staying ahead of White for the 7th spot. That battle right there on your screen, battle for 3rd, remains very hotly contested. Sheridan, Kennedy. They're about 15 car lengths behind Beauchamp Jr. for 2nd. And Robbie will be coming up onto some traffic very shortly. First, it'll be the 81 of Mercer.
Robley's doing a great job out front. Just keep hitting your marks. Keep running lap after lap. Just tick them away. I wish we knew how many precisely were left, but we'll have to wait for the 5 to go from Aiden in the flag stand.
Well, we know there's under 17 laps to go. Halfway a couple of laps ago. And Robley's actually extended the lead, but coming up onto the first back marker car he has to negotiate here. And goes to the inside with no issues whatsoever. And Robley continues to extend the lead. That's what you want to hear from your spotter. You are leading and going away. And he is going away. And Beauchamp Jr. might be falling back into that battle for 3rd right now, very slowly. There you see Morneau and White. That's a battle for 7th. The 0-3 is just not what Ray needed tonight. And now White to the inside. And Morneau's going to fall to 8th spot here. As they come out of turn 4, and White will make the pass. Morneau trying to fight back. The 0-3 team just looks like they missed the setup.
Yeah, unfortunately, that team has struggled somewhat this year. They've had hit and miss nights, but consistently finishing races has been their #1 thing that has kept them where they are in the points. But as we say that, Beauchamp Jr. is getting closer and closer to that battle of Kennedy and Sheridan.
Yeah, Kennedy and Sheridan, they're tracking that 60 down. I'm pretty sure Matt Robley has pulled away a little bit, but Beauchamp Jr. is also fallen back. It's going to be a three-car battle for second very shortly. With Ronnie Beauchamp Jr., Jake Sheridan, and Jesse Kennedy. And Dyson was high in turn one and kept it off the wall and will stay green.
Yeah, Dyson went high to get out of Robley's way, and I think just a little bit higher than he expected.
Robley, another lap complete. 3 to go for Matt Robley into 32. Down the back another time. A dominating night thus far for the 32 of Matt Robley. And the battle for second is raging on now. There you see it on your screen, the 60, 52, back to the flag stand. We'll flip them for a little bit more, even with 2 to go for the 32 of Matt Robley. That battle for second spot is on. Beauchamp Jr., Sheridan, and Kennedy. Well back of this, the 32 of Matt Robley, white flag. Here comes that battle for second. Right to our turn one camera. Beauchamp Jr., Sheridan, Kennedy. Matt Robley doesn't need to worry about any traffic, just turns 3 and 4. A dominating performance. He's been strong for weeks, but this time he gets it done. Matt Robley, checker flag. Beauchamp Jr. will hold on for second, followed by Sheridan, Kennedy. Marshall Schrank. Brady Smith. Logan White. Ray Morneau. Arts. Rawlings. Dyson, and the 81 of Mercer. What a performance by the 32 of Matt Robley. Kate Friel.
Yeah, Matt Robley and his team have been working hard for this one. I talked to him a couple weeks ago, and we talked about getting this car to victory lane. It's been so close, and just tough luck or bad track spot for incidents that have been happening. So good to see Robley in victory lane. He will be very happy when he gets out of this car.
Oh yeah, we knew that.
Second generation driver, multi-track champ, Steve Robley. Looking forward to hearing from Matt. As mentioned, the 32 team and the 32 car has been strong for weeks, but always ran into some sort of bad luck.
He was a key member here.
There's Matt getting out of the car.
Out of the car. Give it up for your
And the
winner.
crowd will be happy with this win tonight. As Matt's going to take off the bucket, we'll send you down momentarily to Jordan Maudsley to hear from our late model feature race winner, the 32 of Matt Robley. We'll put the hat on here, wipe his face a little bit before the interview. On camera, of course, with our Rogers TV camera crew down there. And let's take you trackside to Jordan.
That one look easy. Take me through your evening.
I tell you, sorry, there's nothing easy, man. We worked so hard to get this car back together after last week. I'm sorry. There's so many people who help do this. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Just getting to show up here and to stand here in victory lane is really special.
Yeah, what does this one mean to you, bud?
I gotta thank everybody for helping. My dad, Steve, John, Paul, young Gavin, everybody who come out this week to help us put this car back together. When I tell you the whole right side of this car was destroyed, it was destroyed. And just thank you to everybody who helps. We've got VIP Auto Pro, Kettley Farms, Larry and the team have helped me forever. Hager Excavating, Stellar Chiropractic, Dorchester Custom Haulage, Ace Auto Parts, Central Machinery, Wilds Printing, Ball Construction, everybody. I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but it's been a long night, and I think everybody just wants to get out of here. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for sticking it out. We'll see you next week.
Matt Robley getting emotional down here in victory.
Matt Robley, late model feature race winner, will be back to wrap things up right after this. Delaware Speedway Racing and Rogers TV presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet.
Hey London, did you know it's the law to have working smoke alarms?
That's right, working smoke alarms save lives. Get in on the action and test yours today.
And be sure to stay in touch with us by following us on social media.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we are back for another incredible season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're gonna tour some amazing backyards. We're gonna meet up with some great folks, and we're gonna cook some incredible food. Join us Thursdays at 7:30 for Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
Join the high-energy, bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving.
You just don't go down as low.
No.
We want you to cross your body, though, and do a slight bend.
Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet, Chris Orrs, Kate Friel. Wrapping things up, we'll go side by side on the boxes. We'll check in with Jeremy.
Thank you so much, Chris, and another great night of racing here at Delaware Speedway. Lots of cautions, lots of action. You mentioned Colin Wilms losing significant points here tonight in the bone stocks. Again, Robley getting the win here in the late models. Another great night here of racing. I was able to catch up with Hannah Lamont towards the end of tonight's action. She is okay. She was more worried about the car than her own body. She did say she was suffering a little bit of some bruising on her leg, but other than that, she is A-okay. And for the rest of tonight's final thoughts, I'll send it back up to Chris and Kate for more.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Fantastic job again downstairs this evening. Final thoughts before we send her home.
Trevor Culver in victory lane again. So that is good for him. Donovan Clark makes his appearance back in victory lane. It's been a little while for that driver, so he was very happy to be there. And great to see Matt Robley finally shaking it off and getting it to victory lane. He's been fast. It was an emotional win for him. Known him for a lot of years, so good to see Matt Robley back in victory lane.
Absolutely. It'll be a fun chat with Dad Steve on the golf course come Monday afternoon. Don't forget, we are not with you next Friday. We'll be back with you in a couple weeks' time. DelawareSpeedway.com for ticket information. King of the Hill next week if you want to stop by. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a great weekend. For all of us here, thanks for joining us. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, presented by Ray Cullen Chevrolet. Good night.
Outside back in and drop down. No, Wade Allen catching him on that one.
Wade Allen had that scouted, brings him down.
McGuire just kicking out of that one. That did not go as planned after he got up to that second rope.
Wade Allen has to be wondering, what do I need to do to bring the brick house down? And a splash like that was definitely
a two. No.
Step only getting two. Incredible action for both men, but Wade Allen getting Mick McGuire set up in that corner. Could he be looking for his patented cannonball here?
It's over, he said, rolling through. Oh!
Finding
taking out. Mick McGuire is out.
Everybody out of the pool. Huge cannonball from Wade Allen.
Not sure how Wade Allen landed on that one, though. May have tweaked his back a little as he's taking his time getting Mick McGuire to finish him off. Belly to belly, 1, 2, no!
2.99, I thought that was it after that huge belly to belly.
Mick McGuire never finished until he's really finished, and he ain't finished yet.
Still fight left in the brick house. Wade Allen, another full head of steam. McGuire catches him, sees it coming.
Boot to the face.
But cannot follow through. Might have spoke too soon there.
Big elbow caught Wade Allen there.
Mick McGuire rolling through, trying to get the sunset flip.
1, 2. Quick roll up there. Very agile there from Mick McGuire.
Brickhouse finding that last head of steam. Is that going to be enough to bring home the victory?
He wants this win so bad. He wants a little redemption after the way the Drifters have handled Bricks and Bones as of late. He can taste it now.
And what's he going for?
Collision, the shoulder and the head. He's looking to get Wade Allen up.
Scoops him
Got
up,
enough
gets
of him.
enough of it to knock him.
1, 2, no.
Able to get Allen down, scoop him down, but only 2 for his troubles.
Didn't get all of it. Maybe had he might have got the 3 count, but he's mad at himself now, trying to fire himself up. Mick McGuire wants to finish off Wade Allen.
Equal parts frustration and firing up from the Brickhouse. Needs to bring this one home quick, but how is he going to do it?
This did not go well.
Now,
Look out! Look out! Isaiah Cross, the other half of the tag team champions, the Drifters.
Like we mentioned, where one Drifter is, the other isn't far behind. Isaiah Cross making his presence known.
And Allen now, huge clothesline. 1, 2, 3. Wade Allen slipping out with the victory here. After a little help, a lot of help from Isaiah Cross.
A hard-fought victory from Wade Allen, spoiled by interference of his tag team partner. Not that he cares, really, but a spoiled victory all the same.
Par for the course for the Drifters, and Isaiah Cross may be frustrated from dropping his last matchup there, and the Drifters want to end their night with their arms raised, and they will.
Wade Allen getting the victory there.
And Brickhouse Mick McGuire once again got to be so frustrating. The Drifters, whether it be in tag team action or singles action, just always coming out with the victory here, whether they deserve it or not.
Exactly. Always coming into these matches with a plan is the Drifters, and executing them near perfectly.
And this is maybe where Brickhouse Mick McGuire really missed his tag team partner as well. Not able to shut down Cross before he got to the ring.
On Saturday, August 31st, St. Thomas is getting the grudge match they've been waiting for, when the Punjabi prodigy Vikram Prasher takes on the Saturday Night Delight, Tyler Turva, in our 3rd match. You see, we've been tied 1-1 for over a year now in singles competition, but Tyler, you're facing a different version of Vikram Prasher. You see, when you beat me in our 2nd match last year, you said, "I can't get through life without cheating."
It's because, Vikram, you can't go through life cheating.
But this year, you're facing someone who has not been going through life cheating. You're facing someone who's been going through life winning. You see, I am the first ever Tyson Dukes Cup winner, and I'm the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Champion, the face of the whole company. And I'm putting my championship on the line, meaning I have everything to lose. So you're facing a more motivated version of the Punjabi prodigy than you've ever faced before. And on August 31st, bring me the best version of the Saturday Night Delight, because when I beat Tyler Turva and win this trilogy and retain my championship, I want to hear no excuses.
I unfortunately have an announcement to make regarding our show. We had 7 matches planned, including a men's championship title defense. The last time we were here, you saw Miley unfortunately lose to Bia Moss. She did win the title back in Thetford at the beginning of this month. Unfortunately, Danny Leo, who was supposed to compete against her, was not able to come down due to concussion. However, Miley is here. Let's bring her to the ring. Your Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Champion, the Ballroom Blitzen, Miley!
inaugural women's champion here in Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. Defended so many times. She did lose it, as Sean Bates mentioned there, in a shocking win by Bitter Moss. But look at this. Miley returning to the Elgin County Railway Museum with the title once again securely around her waist.
Miley, our only two-time Hammerlock Pure Wrestling Women's Champion. One might say the title is back home where it belongs.
The title back around her waist, though, you know what that means. It's a big old target.
That's true. Women from all over Ontario and Canada looking to take that championship off of Miley.
Miley, welcome to the ring. Congratulations on winning back your title. I did have an announcement to make, but Miley asked if she could make it herself. So, Miley.
I am here tonight to welcome someone who has never stepped foot in a Hammerlock ring before, but she is no stranger to this business. She is a Tyson Dukes factory original. She is tough, she is talented, and she is here. So everybody, please help me give a warm welcome to Violet Lee!
Welcome to Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. And what an entrance as our champion welcoming her.
Violet Lee stepping into a Hammerlock Pure Wrestling ring for the first time. As you mentioned, being welcomed to the ring by Miley.
That's rude.
Crowd having fun with Miley.
Miley, you're just gonna take that? Come on, Miley. Come on.
Oh, fans here claiming they may have a crush on our women's champion.
The way for the women in Tyson Dukes Training Factory. You paved the way for me. You are the first generation, the second generation, and I am honored to welcome you here tonight because you have accomplished so much in your career. And now you get to make Hammerlock your home. What a welcome! As Mari mentioned, I am a Tyson Dukes original, and it is long overdue since I've stepped foot in this ring. I am beyond excited. But Miley, I have to tell you, dude, I have watched you. You are an amazing champion. I am so proud of you. As a first generation to a second, I just know that our mutual mentor would be beyond proud of you. Can we hear from Miley?
Respect aplenty in this ring right now.
I think that I speak for everyone here tonight when I say that, Violet, we cannot wait to see what you accomplish in this ring, in this roster.
Hugs all around for Violet Lee making her debut.
Miley welcoming Violet Lee to the roster. Bit bittersweet because I imagine Violet Lee is going to be gunning for that championship before you know it.
Violet, there's one thing you need to know about Hammerlock.
Oh, look out!
Now, just wait a minute.
Well, you mentioned it, and Violet Lee maybe in the future may go after that championship. Miley getting ahead of that.
There's only room for one star, and you're looking at her.
Extremely uncharacteristic from Miley.
So what was that welcome all about? Obviously, Miley just keeping her friends close and enemies closer.
Now Miley showing a very different attitude than what we're used to.
I am shocked. Miley's second title reign, nothing like her original one, where such a stand-up champion here. That is no way to welcome someone into Hammerlock, but guess what? That's going to be fueling Violet Lee for the future here, which may come sooner than we think by the sounds of it.
Exactly.
Looks like she's already talking to management here in the ring, looking for a matchup.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com. This is Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mario Elia, host of Keeping London Healthy here on Rogers TV. Join us Wednesdays at 6:30 where we discuss health topics relevant to you and bringing on experts in the field to give you the best, most up-to-date information. See you then.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here. I'm in this industrial yard. It's an interesting location. My guys from Bogline Barbecue said I had to come up, meet them here to see what they're up to. So let's